With the drama. Yeah, and when Relk kind of gets up and he shakes off some bruises and he's got to relocates a finger or two. They were kind of torturing him a bit, and you unshackle him, and he turns and he goes, "I I know where your friend is. Your your tall white friend, Leto."
Is he down here?
Oh, it's not good news. Last I heard, he's captured by the Kutoa and taken to the dungeons of their shrine.
More under dark nasties.
We split ways. At the surface, he had to go do some things before going under dark, and then we were ambushed. On the way back in, me and my group, as you can see, many of my kind were also with him and captured. And these Vandril, she sold them to the Kutoa as slaves.
A few miles back, was that where you guys were attacked? Closer to the fire giant hall, we come across several of your kind. It would look like they were ambushed on the main path.
Yeah, and he nods.
Yeah. Their bodies left out had attracted many undead that we dispatched and were able to. Did we attempt a burial with them, or what did we do with them?
Pitched him into a crevasse somewhere. So
cover them in rocks is the
ashes.
same.
I thought you mentioned something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head now. But anyway, we'll bring him up to speed on several of his companions. Anyway, that didn't manage to make it out of the ambush.
He comes around and he grips your hand in this odd fashion, like he cups his fingers in this kind of all his four fingers in this fishhook fashion to grasp your fingers likewise.
Mm-hmm.
I, Relg, Garnet Getter, solemnly swear a life oath, a life guild. He seems quite serious and solemn. He has no weapons or anything. He's more or less naked. He's got a loincloth and his sort of purplish gray skin, and he's bald.
Well, there's enough dead drow warriors out there. You should be able to find a decent sword to swing. You might like a pick better, but there's a couple of decent swords around to pick up.
He kind of spits to the side.
Better than not having anything when somebody's swinging at you.
Again, that scarred grin, side look at you, and he goes, he's only 3 feet tall, so he's looking up at you.
Way up at Jane.
But you guys hear a holler, and you hear a bellow of Mongos roar. By the breasts of Hades, how about you?
Which reminds me, another one of them went down that hallway right behind me there. She cast a spell on me that took effect, and then she booted down that far hallway. She was the other leader. We should check and see.
She took your brooch before she left.
She flinched it.
She tore it off you when you were held.
Vile creature. Probably detected the properties of it. Silk, can you drop that wall of ice and see if we can catch her before she gets too far away from here? I also recommend we find some.
I'm not sure if you can do that well with a wall of ice. Like just will it away.
Well, once it's created, I suppose it's there until it melts.
Or probably has a spell duration. Well, if that's blocked off, let's at least go and search some of the rest of this. There's got to be papers and stuff around to say who was here.
I'll look at it.
Let's
Don't
go.
have it on the spell list.
Let's go check a few of these other alcoves out and see what is going on.
All right, so while this is happening, let's zip quickly to Scott Gwyden. You've like, you just finished. You're like, damn it! As you think you hear her kind of this laughing curse. She swears at you in Drow, flying into the darkness. But you spin around as you, your heart's still racing though, and you're still sweating from that intense fear. But you realize now you're back in control. So go ahead. Are you muted?
Talking to me, Darren?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scott, you bet.
Sorry, there's commotion in the background. I was trying to take care of that.
No problem.
I think I can probably, at my rate of movement, as long as I'm 100%, I can probably get back into the group. Has Mongo, or not Mongo, has Drederick taken down that last Drow?
We'll see, I suppose. They're facing off. Drederick is wounded. He's got 26 out of 49 hit points.
Yeah, apparently we just have to wait for it to melt.
Mongo's there as well, though. But
Yeah, I'd like to
Where the hell?
I'd like to get in to help Drederick, in particular, subdue.
okay, you run over there. You just give me a dex check, see if you can get over that rubble without it slowed you down.
Oh,
Wow. Scott,
Still-
wow. You
still kind of-
actually get tumbled up in the rubble and kind of wipe out a bit, stumble. Yeah,
guess I'm not 100% yet.
take 2 points damage. Kind of wiping out. And that'll keep you busy this round. Yeah, you're like, you wipe out. Darn. Nobody's around to see that, I suppose. So roll initiative for Drederick and Mongo there, Scott, I suppose. Your henchman.
Oh, hi. Go do it again.
Okay. So go ahead and attack Drederick. This drow will also attack in unison.
Okay, yeah.
The drow misses with its scimitar.
Sorry, I'm looking for my Drederick as a character. I think we have a character sheet for him.
Yeah, I think so.
NPC. Oh, man. Am I just blind here? Oh, here he is. Henchman. Okay, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, he's at the top.
I was looking at under the NPC section. Okay. Again, he's trying to pummel this Drow.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, didn't Mongo kill the last one? Or accidentally on purpose, or how'd that happen again?
I don't remember, but I think Drederick was just missing like a goof. Is it a strength check or a dex check, or what is it?
No, it's an attack, but you do subdual damage instead of
Okay.
normal damage. And I think you do like half damage because you're not actually. Ooh, yikes.
How did he get those? It's a natural 20, but the +3, I don't know what that is. +2 falchion, +1 strength. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm gonna say that he completely beans this thing. How much damage to 11? So
22
wang. Well, generally you do double damage on a crit hit. So you did 22 and half of that's 11. And actually, this guy's, yeah, he stumbles back he smashed him in the head. His helmet flies off, or her helmet flies off, and she stumbles back, kind of reeling. But Mongo steps in and he might see that what you're trying to do here. He's not real fond of drow. He doesn't have a real, well, drow, dwarves don't like drow, of course. What I'll do is I'll let him roll a wisdom check and see. Go, Liz, 11 wisdom. That's not bad. See if he doesn't kill this drow. If he kills it. Oh, he just, so Mongo goes in and well, attacks this. Oh, look out! He's still alive, he says as he comes in. Oh, well. He kills the drow. Oh, there. Yeah, watch it. These are feisty ones. He's looking around. Where'd the others go? I think they went down the passageway over there. And he's pointing, and he sees this cloud of dust kind of somebody wiping out and cursing on the rubble over here. There's Gwyden's turfing out. Damn it. Bruising his shin. And he goes, watch it. And then Mongo does mutter to Drederick, oh, watch yourself, though. Those platforms up there. There's still lurkers, I think. Maybe not. He's listening and looking. You see the dwarf and kind of, but he has no way to get up there, so he's looking around. So we'll go back to the others. Silk, Bodica, Relg, and Jang. Your go.
Do you have any healing, Bodica? I think we need to search some of these other things, make sure there's nobody else hiding back here.
I do. I have a cure light wounds.
It'll be better than nothing right now.
Yeah. And once I can get a hold of a dungeon master guide and a PHB, I'm gonna do some research because I forgot that I can have druidic spells, and actually with my intel I can have
You can have magic user spells.
I can have magic user spells.
You're 12th
I
level
can
ranger. You get magic user, druid, and your 5th level cleric.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm taking advantage of that.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, because I'm 10th level ranger. I think that's the max I can. I think
12th
10th
level
level is
ranger,
the
I
max
think.
can be.
Aren't you?
I'm sorry.
Well, you're 10th level. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
10th level. And we just stopped mentioning XP, so I probably could level up, but I just haven't.
Oh, we've been getting XP.
Okay, I haven't seen the numbers. I'm sorry.
A couple of sessions ago, we had one dump.
Okay, I'll have to rewatch and look that up.
Yeah, and no problem. And we'll get you caught up maybe. And I do have a lot of YouTube videos, but they're
Oh yeah.
skip a lot large parts of them. But anyway, so here you are, and you're going to cast Cure Light Wounds.
Yep.
So how does that look like when you cast that particular? Do you have?
I'm going to say, in the name of, I'm going to put my hands over the wound and say, in the name of Alistare, may your wounds be sealed.
Yes. There's
As
a
it
brief
seals
glow.
over and the blood stops, Jan goes, I hope to return the favor to her one day.
Roll a die 8 and +3.
Coming right up.
Bodica.
Okay. 1 sec, let me get set up.
Giving a little extra bonus because you're very good terms with your goddess right now. You've turned down a lot
nice.
of 10 hit points. So Zhang feels better.
I did come back from that with 1 hit point, correct?
Yeah.
That was the essence of that reviving.
Relg has 11. Well, Relg is pretty beat up. You see, he was barely alive when you found him. So Silk, you doing anything? 10 turns, so it's like a couple hours almost.
Yeah, it does last. You could hack through it in probably a lot less time. You'll take a little bit of cold damage going through it, but it can be hacked through, but it would take probably that time in rounds, I would think. It's very vague. Like, I've read the spell description, but it doesn't tell you exactly. Like, it says, oh, we can hack through it, but it doesn't tell you how many hit points it has.
Would you be able to see through that? You'd be able to see through it, right? Kind of, sort of, right? Like a
Sort of.
blurry lens.
Mhm.
Yeah, it'd be a blurry glass type thing.
Yeah, if
'Cause,
something was close to the other side, you might see it. Something move anyway.
Right. You do see something move on the other side of it.
Mhm.
It's kind of dark on the other side, and it's hard to see, and the light, but you do think you see a couple of figures shamble by.
Shamble, you say?
Well, they wouldn't exactly be clear coming through that. So yeah.
Well, I think we should get everybody together. We're really spread out still, and that is not working in our favor at the moment. Well,
So
any
Silk,
time.
you say that you role play that? So Silk's like, let's get back together with our group.
Yes, whatever that is on the other side, we don't know how powerful it is. It could smash through this wall for all we know. So, well, I use the communicator. Beep. And say, hey, everybody, we should get together up here. Something's happened. Something potentially horrible, but yeah, basically I described to them what happens too. I tell them what happened to Zhang and everything. I came and I found Zhang standing there stiff but dead. Just standing there, and then I used that rod I managed to bring her back, but she's still weakened.
All right, so you relay some information quickly and only Gwyden has the other device. So Gwyden, you're getting this information, and so they seem to be, the rest of the group seems okay. That's the gist of it. But well, they took casualties, but they're recovered, and they're requesting a rendezvous. I guess I
Yes,
shouldn't
we
be
shall get
telling you what's
together.
going on here. You guys know what's going on.
In case we get a counterattack in force too, if we're still split up, that could really mess us up.
Okay, well let's role play this stuff then.
Okay.
Like if you're gonna do this, like we're in time, there's some combat going on. Let's go ahead.
Well, after Zhang gets the heal spell, she's going to go up this hallway here and see about seeing what else is around that can be looked at or looked into. Is there any doors or any other
Yeah, you find a
places?
hallway here to the
She come
right.
down through here pretty quickly, right? Oh, there's a
Oh
hallway
yeah,
there. Yep.
and there's a
Could go
door
around,
here.
possibly.
Okay. She notices that her communicator's gone. She'll just yell out over there, hallway here, possible office. Everybody mop up and come up here.
There's two more similar doors to the one that was down here that you guys found Relgan. They might be cells, potentially holding somebody or something.
Can I not move my character?
Silk, do you want to try those doors? See if somebody's in them?
Yeah, I don't seem to be able to move my character around. Instead of moving my character, the whole thing moves. And I click on him. Like the whole board moves instead of him. It's being rather glitchy.
Oh.
Okay.
Is it working now?
When I move down, it goes up. When I move up, it goes down. I have no idea why. Anyway, I'm gonna come up here behind you, and I'm gonna keep an eye on you too. So like, you just got resurrected. You should like take it a little easy, maybe.
Yeah, you're very stiff, and I'm gonna actually impose a penalty on you because you're supposed to have 24 hours. I think, unless somebody else looks up resurrection, but for 24
Your
hours.
soul just keeps slamming back into your body.
Yeah.
So that's a shock.
Yeah, but Zhang never has known how to take it easy. So when things are settled down, we might even just spend a rest period here if everything is totally quiet here.
Ooh,
Once
no,
we're
get the hell out of here. Yeah. They may come back in force.
So moving along, Jang, you down this hallway, you see a door.
Okay.
Silk, you're following
Okay.
along. Bodica, you're
And
following her.
follow.
Yeah, I'm following.
Backward.
Relg is bringing up the rear with Bodica, kind of looking at Bodica like, do I know you? Like, sort of look, because were you there at the When a Star Falls?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think you were there.
It's been a while.
So he winks at you with his one good eye. You think? The Underdark doesn't have many people I can call friends, he says. And foreigners too.
Where's the movement backwards?
So into the hallway, there's a door up ahead. Gwyden, you're recovering in the rubble. And sorry, Brad, you were saying something?
No, just sorry, it's still having trouble moving around. It's like everything is reversed. Like when I move up, it goes down. When I go down, it goes up.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I can help you. I can move your character. I'll have to fix it later,
Yeah.
I suppose. Gwyden, you're blowing dust off, getting up your shin, like you're like, ah.
Okay.
That's,
Yeah. It looks to me like Hondo and Drederick, Mongo have got the main area under wraps. So I guess I'm going to try and scramble up and go down this hall. Is it reachable, or is that doorway too high?
if you can climb, you
Yeah.
sheath your sword and make it's difficult climb. You're not a thief or anything. You'd need a
I
rope
never
or
fail a
something.
dex check.
That's not a dex check. This is a pretty serious climb. Like, basically there's a hole in the cavern 30 feet up, 25 feet up.
I don't have a way up there otherwise.
You could
I
sheath
guess-
your sword and climb up with like a -10 dex check
Yeah, I guess I'll try that.
if you want to try that. Because it is very difficult and you're at full armor and stuff.
Okay.
So actually you got a 17, but your dexterity is 19, right?
Dexterity is a 19. Yeah.
Yeah. So even with +10, you would add 17 and you still got under 19. You do spend this round climbing up and you see Rel kind of get ready. And he's like, looks at you with wide eyes, and Bodica's grins as you get up on a ledge, and yeah, there you are.
All right. Prepare or ask to be whooped.
Yours or theirs?
We'll see.
Yes, you didn't specify.
Next round.
Next round, man.
Bring it on. So at the moment, there is no combat. Things seem quiet. Zhang did mention she saw one or two, maybe more drow pop their head out and then pull back when they saw the carnage. As far as you know, and there's a door here. And
Yep.
there's a wall of ice down here, and so on. Hondo's like unconscious over here, by the way.
Yeah, he was hit one of them sleep darts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe yell out for Drederick and Mongo to make sure Hondo's secured so that he comes around from that sleep dart. And we'll see what we have to do with Trickio. That's a sad situation, but still, get that door open, see what's going on.
Brad? Well, you're muted. Sorry, bud.
Yep.
Oh, he might be FK. So Brad does check the door, we'll say.
Yeah.
And
There's got to be some kind of
okay, he's like, yeah, it seems clear, and he opens up the door, and on the other side is what appears to be a
Rosie.
sort of just a guard room, like assembly room.
okay.
There's some tables and chairs and some knickknacks from the drow, containers and flagons.
And we could have a quick
Some,
look around.
yeah, some funguses and meats and stuff. I don't know, kebabs and things.
I was kind of hoping for more along the lines of an office with paperwork and stuff. We could figure out what was going on in more detail.
There's another door here.
Okay, let's see if it leads through to something.
I'm gonna take a quick little boo around this room, just a quick survey of what's here. See if there's anything interesting.
Yeah.
Anything left behind, especially any, like he says, any paperwork or anything.
Okay. Yeah. No, this is just straight up logistical room. Sort of a, yeah, like I said, a barracks.
Okay.
Okay, I'll come up to this door and I'm gonna listen at the door. We never do that anymore.
That does help a lot. Actually, you get a lot of information. Make a hear noise roll.
Okay, 1 second.
I think you have hear noise as well, Zhang.
I don't know.
Yep.
Is that even an ability?
But he gets to roll for this one.
Hear noise, it is too.
Okay, seems quiet. I don't really hear much.
Well, I do have something that can help with that.
Door is not locked.
Yeah, I just have a quick glance at it to see if there's any booby traps left behind. Because if they scooched out of here, they might have had traps they could set up quickly.
Good call. Make a find traps.
They've already proven themselves to be very sneaky. That's a good call, actually.
This door was trapped.
Wow.
That's a very good call. You find a mechanism, and it's not much. It's a little trigger mechanism near the hinge. That basically drops a. You're not sure, but there's a cavity or something above the door.
Yeah, can I just plug it up with something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just plug it up with something, and then we can just go through, and it should
Wad-
trigger it.
Grab a piece of cloth and wad it up. There seems to be there's something going to drop out of the cavity.
Yeah,
Good call, Brad. That was
much a little bit
yeah.
of beeswax up with some cloth, and then like jam it in there, so there's no way it's going to come out of there.
Yep. Good.
Anyway. There's another room on the other side, and it again appears to be more logistics quarters. And this one has like there's bunks and stuff in this one though. This is where the drow bunked up.
I'll have
Maybe
a
where
quick
they
cursory
sleep.
look around.
Yeah,
Yep.
and Rel comes walking in and he's nudging stuff and he's like, I don't know about sticking around here either, but geez, you guys really made a number on this place.
Let's
Well,
see.
they just about did a number on us. It was a hard one.
Yeah.
Oh, this door, pardon me, is open.
Which one? That one there?
And a
So
quick
Shangle
look leads to a balcony. Sorry, Nadine.
I was going to say, Jane goes over and takes a quick look out that open one.
Okay, I'll check the other door at the bottom here.
It's open, so Oh, that's the one that looks out over top. She'll just go up to the edge there and say, Frederick, we're up here. No more danger from this edge. Secure the main passageway. We'll be back in a couple of minutes and come back in.
Nice. All right, Scott, if you've been tagging along, I see you're hanging back. Where do you want to go?
Has anybody explored the end of the hall down here? Or is that the wall of ice?
Yeah, the wall of ice is gonna be there a while. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where
Okay.
I was at when I met that other drow priestess.
Like a wall of force I could will away myself, but ice is something physical. So yeah.
I'm gonna take just a minute before I join them. They don't seem to be in any distress. I'm gonna check for secret passages or anything down this
Idiot.
hallway.
All right. And you're not sure, Gwyden, if they've checked the 2 doors here either. You keep an eye on them, of course, but yeah, you're looking around, poking stuff with your sword and feeling, sniffing. Give me a 6-sided die roll.
Elves, don't they have 1 and 2 observation chance?
Yeah, and
They find secret doors easy, yeah.
you don't find secret door, but you did find some odd little holes that you've seen before in the Underdark. You've seen them a couple times, and they're cleverly kind of. They look like rat holes almost. Yeah, if you would know better, that's where rat come out of. But they seem a bit tall and instead of wide for a rat hole. But you remember seeing them back when you first came in the Underdark. You camped in a spot.
How big are they? Rat like sound like size of round holes kind of deal? And they're up high.
Like a small terrier.
Yeah, and anyway, you don't see you look, but you thought you saw something move again. That's what kind of drew your attention, and you think, and then you shrug it off, like, why? You know what I mean? You're like, stinking rats, but
There's always things crawling around here.
You know what? I'm gonna back up a little bit and just kind of keep an eye on this hallway in case anything comes out of the doors or out of the holes.
okay. You're just, And meanwhile, you guys have secured this room. You went out and told Mongo. He's waved back at you, Zhang, like, all right, we'll watch. They can't. They have to have the lights on and stuff for Drederick. So, well, it is lit up here anyway, somewhat.
Mhm.
But Drederick has a flask out, and him and Drederick or Mongo's got a flask out, and him and Drederick are having a swig. Silk at the door. Does it appear trapped? Boudica, what do you want to do?
I'm going to have I'm going to have my my sword at the ready, just in case there's something behind the door.
Which
Or
door?
just in case there's people inside that
Oh,
are
the
unfriendly.
yeah, by Silk, right? Okay, everyone, I'll be right back. Give me
Okay.
1 minute.
Yep.
Yeah, no worries.
We might want to call for Wyden to join us down here. If that was the one out to the ambush platform, balcony type thing, this might be
Yeah.
leading deeper into the office structure of the area, and it is going back down towards where that other one fled down that other hallway if they link up.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
might end up behind the wall of ice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
it's back in that same wing.
Who should we send to get Gwyden? Because I don't want to make a whole lot of noise. I don't know about you guys.
well, Zhang and I are both pretty stealthy.
Actually, yeah, you did what, a check, and then you check for traps and you listen for noise. While you're doing that, I'm gonna whip out
Yeah.
just whistle him in. Gwyden, come on in here. Guts got a lead.
Okay. All right, I guess I'll follow you. And nobody try these doors back here?
The ones in the main hallway?
Yeah.
No, we haven't. Not yet. They look like they could be more prison cells, like the one that we've got Relg out of.
Hmm.
But these
Okay.
ones actually look like they could have fighters still in them. So I'm looking to secure the area.
We gotta
Okay, I
keep
guess
on our
I'll-
toes going to the south here, because there's a very good chance that we might run into a scrap here pretty quick
Yeah.
if it comes up behind the ice wall.
Yeah.
Because there was something's moving there anyway. He said shuffling or shambling, so it could be some sort of undead or something. Maybe that possibly that lich might have sent us a little present. Who knows?
Oh, just like we need more presents right now.
Yeah. Yeah, now that I know the lich is my arch enemy, I think I just pooped a little. But he might get more flashes of his memory back at some point though. Because there's still big chunks missing.
Well, yes. No, Silk, you were in. It was more you were a slave.
Yeah. And that's probably where I learned my thieving ability, and just on the side I was probably dabbling in magic, and then
Now, as to what role you have flashes, memories of slave role being given tasks by the lich, him giving you powers and teaching you magic and stuff. And
yeah, maybe if one more of my memory comes back, then I might remember where what he taught me was.
yeah, and he has some arcane knowledge that isn't known, like it's not in the player's handbook.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
Silk, you
imagine
nod
that
at
he knows.
Boudica. You come down to Silk, and yeah, forbidden knowledge. Zhang, you come back, and Zhang, you're -3, by the way. All your actions and saving throws for 24 hours. All right. Even with your stamina and resolution, like you should be in bed, like, with COVID, right? Sorry. That was terrible. Relg is in rough shape, but he tips a table over here, kind of bang, and gets behind it. He's like, and he's only 3 feet tall, so he's basically trying to peer over it. But he did pick up a weapon. He picked up, yeah,
One of them had swords or something out there that we dropped on
Yeah.
the way in.
kind of awkward in his hand though. They're used to picks and hammers.
Yeah.
But he can swing it. Anybody else? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just down here kind of listening at this door, being very ready for any kind of attack because it could possibly happen.
You can give me a hear noise if you want.
Yeah,
Listening.
I do have a potion of clairaudience, which I could use because roll for that is not very good. It's only 35.
Yeah, but it can give you so much. Like hearing a noise can.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Oh wow! He actually got on the number.
Nice.
That's purple's on the number. So you're listening, and Brad, you can hear on the other side, brains.
Guys, I think we're going to be dealing with some undead possibly.
And it's sort of scraping on the door and a shuffling.
Something unholy is behind this door, guys.
Boudica,
Boudica.
grab that moonstone of yours again. You're gonna need it.
We're gonna need
Right?
it.
If you
Well,
want, I'll come over and polish it so that it shines, just to give you a little extra.
go ahead.
Yeah, right.
Magic resistance.
So in that case, since we can hear that there's quite a few, I think I'm gonna, once we open the door, I'm gonna be prepared to try and turn them.
Give it a
I'm
shot
gonna
anyway.
cast a flaming sphere.
Right,
in the room.
exactly. Give it a shot. They're zombies, so they're fairly low level. So that's the good news.
I'm not sure they're
Possibly.
zombies. We just know they're undead.
I mean, that's
Could be
fair.
More powerful.
Okay, Gwyden, did you want the privilege of stepping through as soon as Silk opens the door?
Be careful.
Sure.
It could be a flaming sphere. I yell at you. Careful, there may a flaming sphere may appear nearby.
Plan is always good.
They don't have magic resistance.
Okay, so let's open the door there, Darren.
Okay, 1 second. I just missed something.
Okay.
Say,
Ah.
we'll open the door on 3. 3, bam. No,
Okay.
take a careful little sneaky look out.
Now, the door opens a little ways, and you look and you see, yeah, a zombie shuffle and turn kind of as the door opens, as it's kind of wondering.
Okay, we'll draw them into a death zone here, just inside the door. So I'm gonna like nudge the door open and then draw back.
Okay, let me have a quick roll
Draw
here.
my scimitar. Too close.
Okay, make a move silence roll, Silk. Because you've seen something that moved quicker than the others, than the shufflers. You quickly saw that there was probably one shuffler, at least on the other side of the door.
100%.
In the creak in the door. and it's kind of yeah, and
They don't use
doesn't
this one very
go.
often. Yeah.
And this figure moves with really quick speed. It runs toward the door and goes, and you just slam it shut as if something grabs the door and pushes against it with immense force. And
Ooh.
you have to give me a open doors roll, actually, to see if you can hold this door closed from this thing that's trying to push through.
Okie dokie. Well, my strength's not too bad.
And it kind of surprised you. You were like, oh shit.
That's not what we were expecting.
Let go.
You asking, Brad? You're mumbling?
Low in place. I tried the macro, but it didn't seem to work. No, I'm
Oh,
just
because you ought to go
wrong.
D3.
So it says 1 to 3. That's on a die 6, isn't it?
D20 for bend bars, lift gates, and
I'm surprised it doesn't work. Okay.
No, I'm pretty
Sorry.
sure it's on a die 6.
Yeah, it's a
Die 3
D6.
because that's 15 strength, so I'm not weak.
Yeah, I wonder why. Let me try this
Pretty
one.
sure that's what it is, but the macro's not.
oh, the open doors. Yeah, that's a D6. Sorry.
There, Brad. And you're D3 on D6? Okay. But go ahead. It works now, Brad. Go ahead and hit the macro. Instead of 1D3, it's not 1D3. It's actually just a 3.
So I
So
failed.
yeah, the
Oh,
door.
it is a die 6 roll. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. 1 second.
No, it's gonna knock me backwards, but
Now there's some zombies, but this other creature you recognize as a ghoul. And it was lurking and sniffing, and it smelled life and stuff, and it burst through the door. It burst the door open and just kind of burst in. Wow. And Boudica, Silk, and Gwyden, if you can make surprise rolls, see if you're surprised. So roll 6-sided now. And if you get a Gwyden, you're fighter. If you get a 1 or 2, you're surprised. Silk, if you get a 1 or you're surprised. Boudica, if you get a 1, you're surprised. So
Not
Scott's not surprised. Heather's not surprised. Okay,
I got a
Silk,
1, so I am surprised. That kind of makes
Okay.
sense because I was right there and all of a sudden, bam, the door knocked flies open. Bye.
So this creature just what's your AC, Brad?
-4.
Oh, nice. Okay, that'll help. 17 might actually hit. It's a 3-hit die monster. 17. Oh, you said -4?
Yeah.
Well done. It misses you,
Ooh.
lashing out, and you see like the Vicar and or say Icor, I guess, coming off. It, you know, ghouls can paralyze.
Yeah. Ooh.
And
no.
so there appears to be a couple ghouls amongst these zombies, and this one just bounded into the room. Now we can roll initiative.
Well, I guess I'll roll because I was closest.
Yeah, and Brad rolling that 100 was like a big noise.
One.
Like, oops.
Yeah. By the time you don't want 100.
Right.
So I already got a 4. You guys got a 1.
Yes.
So zombies go last, but the ghoul does run first. So I'll roll a
Yeah, you
D3.
just jump right in there.
Yeah, I'll roll a D3 to see. 1, 2, 3 across. Does that work? Oh, 1. So Gwyden, you with your what's your AC? -7?
Yeah.
Okay, the creature is raking your armor, and you're easily deflecting. This other one comes bounding forward, and this one tries to push into the room, pushing you back, Gwyden, but you defend yourself quite easily and stop it from doing so, basically. But this one does have room to get by. 2 of them can get by. They're slippery devils. And the other one will attack Silk or Boudica. 1 or 2 is Silk. They just, oh, Boudica. And then you guys. Ooh. Boudica, you can feel this raking sensation down your shin as this one comes in low beside its partner. This is a bigger, fatter ghoul. And it manages to catch your lower shin, opening, drawing blood, doing 5 points damage. And you have to make a saving throw versus petrification polymorph.
Dirty bastards.
Hang on, let me
Paralyzation.
do that real quick.
Unless you have an immunity or something, and then it's your guys' turn. The zombies go last, always.
Yeah, I don't remember if I know I'm resistant to certain poisons, but I don't think I am to paralysis.
All right.
Please, no whammies.
Oh yeah, elven abilities.
Fuck.
Charm and sleep resistance, but not
Thank you.
paralyzation. No.
Oh no. Paralyzed. The creature's like, "Blah." It looks like they want to try pull bodies back through the door, so the zombies can rend them to pieces.
Stop that.
But I'm sure you're not going to allow that to happen, as it's now your turn, and you may go in order as you seem fit. The zombies are milling around in the hallway, like they're coming there slowly.
God,
The zombies
go
do.
first.
They're shuffling towards the fracas.
Start off with a meat grinder.
And
Gwyden, your
unfortunately,
turn.
Yeah, go ahead, meat grinder.
and your one person who could turn undead just got paralyzed.
Yes,
Yep.
that is a problem.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you're
Can
telling me.
Do I have the ability to strike the one on Boudica, or do I have to get the one nearest me?
Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to reach that one, but I can reach that one.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna swing away here. Hang on.
Mighty cleave. Sometimes the dice are just cruel.
Yeah.
What?
Like it's broken.
Attack an 8. And oh no, I'm sorry. I was using. Oh, no, that's right.
But with you, even an 8 should be decent.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
hit.
13
Yeah, he hits
damage.
-1 armor class with an 8. Wow.
So 13 and 10. I had 2 attacks this round.
Holy. 23 damage?
Hmm.
You chop this thing in 3 pieces. Ugh, this horrible thing with its red glaring fangs and bloodshot crazy eyes. You hack it down. Silk. You're like, ah! And this thing jumps at Boudica and is starting to rend her, and you see it's going to try to grab her and throw her into the hallway.
Well, I'm gonna
Round.
chop it. I got my scimitar right in my hand.
Ah, okay. Chop away.
Lame.
10. That will just. Yeah, that will just miss actually for you. All right. Zhang.
Zhang
Bring
sees
up and
what's
help
going on
us.
there. Zhang wants to scoot down this corner here and save Boudica from being taken out into the hallway.
Good call.
And so even though she's really not up to a lot of fighting right now, she's still going to try and beat this thing back through the doorway. The bless is gone, all that's gone, and we're at -3 now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's okay. We're gonna still give it a shot here, see what happens.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow. Damage. Max damage.
max damage on that steel left hook, because she just backfist that thing, plowing him back into the hallway with a straight left cross.
Which shatters its neck and lower skeleton basically, or upper skeleton shatters, and it flops like a broken greasy rag back into the hallway. You hit it with such force and hits the wall in the back here and slams it. Crunch. Quite dead.
Get away from my friend. Bang!
And you cleared the doorway briefly. And Relg's just kind of, oi, what's going on? And he's jumping up, trying to look over the table. And, hey, damn. And he's trying to get one of those drow wrist crossbows to work.
Don't hit us in the back with that, Relg, please.
So he's fiddling with that, but he doesn't really have a target regardless. So he comes around the side and yeah, he doesn't do much of anything right now. He's pretty beat up. Back to Drederick and Mongo. Mongo's like, he's looking around. Mongo's looking at Drederick. So what'd you do before you met Gwyden? He starts small talk. It's like, oh no, wait, oh, and then he snaps out of it. And he goes, oh yeah, shit. And he runs over to Trickio and investigating. Oh, poor lad, look at that. Messed right up. Hey, I think he's quite dead. He's a goner. How about the other one?
Wait, didn't you guys have a rod for this? Well.
Ashes to ashes.
Fun to
And,
funky, we all know Major Tom's a junkie. Sorry.
Yeah.
I have to do
He
that
runs
one.
over to Hondo. Oh, yeah, this one's still alive. Just got that some of that drow stuff in him. And while they're doing that, we'll pan back to our room. Go ahead, you guys. Have the zombies shuffle forward, of course, to the noise. And this one does actually, the one that was close can actually come in and attack somebody. So he stumbles over the corpse of the one, kind of, and not too bright. So he moves toward Silk.
Gasp.
And well, actually might hit you. Your
Oh,
AC is
oh.
better -3. Is it negative?
-4.
Oh, it just misses you.
Ooh.
Wow, it needs a 20. Yeah, that was one away. Oh, and it misses you. And it's your guys' turn next round. Zombies go last. You killed the 2 ghouls thus far. It doesn't appear in any others for the moment.
So you want another roll for next round?
No, you guys win initiative. Zombies go last every time.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay, go ahead and first.
No spells, I imagine.
Not at the moment. I got my scimitar in my hand.
Right. So Scott, I guess you get the nod.
Lay him down.
Okay, yep, I'm here. Okay,
That's going to be enough.
Oh,
Ooh, that one's great.
Blap. He has this knack for cutting things in parts.
Left side off, right side off, head off the top.
All right, he's down, Gwyden. Easily.
all right.
Want to step out in the hallway and see what's going on out there?
I think they'll come to us. I don't think I want to get.
yeah.
I'll step into the gap a little bit here,
Mhm.
just to kind of give everybody a chance to maybe pull Boudica back a little bit.
That
Now,
was
if
my
you want,
action.
Gwyden, you can call a
Or,
holding action.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Anyone can
Okay.
call a holding action.
Yeah,
that's-
we'll
that-
hold action this round, and one of us should probably drag Bodica out of here.
That was
Yeah.
that was my intention this round, was to grab Bodica and bring her back behind this other table. So she's out of the combat front line anyway.
Right. So Gwyden, you
Yep.
step into this arch and you're like, "Arr!" And
Yep.
the zombies are looking at you with those sightless eyes and moving forward. You imagine at least 2 can engage you at a time at that spot. And there's
Okay.
4. I don't know how many. Actually, I should see how many you can see. Oop, wrong button. Yeah, you see at least 3 or 2, pardon me. But you hear
Okay.
there's more. But you don't feel really quite threatened at the moment.
Can we shut the door now that they've backed up, or that
Yeah.
we've kind of cleared it out? All right.
Well, we do
Um,
kind of want to go that way, though.
Okay.
Mow them down if they're just regular zombies, and you're not having any trouble dropping them. Clean them out.
Okay. Well, y'all just stand by, because these guys get 3 attacks each. There's a decent chance one of those is going to hit me.
Zombies don't.
Oh, they don't. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
The
No.
ghouls
We
did.
were fighting. We were fighting ghouls. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the 2 ghouls. Well, that there got dead. And as,
Okay. Yep. Holding action in front of the door.
all right, and so I'll give you an attack. This one stumbles forward, and you can take a swing at it if you want.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead. How many attacks do you have this round, by the way? You
I
attacked
have
once already.
three total.
Okay, so here's another one. The zombie comes forward, and you need like a. I think you need like a 2 or 3 to hit this thing. Wow.
Yeah. So
So-
a 9 and a 14, or sorry, a 9 and 11. Those both should both hit, and
Yep.
13 and 14 damage.
Okay. Splat. It does take both strikes just barely to kill it, though. It does take
These are big
both your-
zombies.
Gwyden, I just noticed that your sword specifically is for melting through walls of ice.
I know. I just realized that a minute
Oh.
ago.
Wait a minute.
I have a flame.
Including
Yeah,
magic wall of ice.
it's a flame burst.
Close your eye,
So-
your magic powers.
Yeah.
That's
No,
that's
I
awesome.
noticed that after I entered this room.
Wait a minute. These zombies have 12 hit points each. So wait a minute. You did kill it with 1 hit. Good call. And you swing at the next one. How much damage do you do on the next one? You did
14.
Oh,
13
so
is
it's dead.
Nice.
You're
Hey.
stacking them up in the doorway.
They
That
just,
was
yeah, they're
fun.
stumbling. Yeah, you're just hacking them in parts. Like big limbs are falling off. The arms keep twitching and grasping, but then you quickly chop the head off, and there's the headless corpses twitching around in the hallway. And they're starting to stack up. Actually, it's a little bit of a grotesque barrier.
It's starting to
Who's
sneak
next?
in.
Oh, pardon me, cat. Kick the cat accidentally. Sorry, cat. Who's next? Bodica, you're like, oh.
Yeah, I'm down for the count at the moment.
But you find
Um,
yourself, your head being gently cradled by this kind of deep gnome with strong body odor. Who's like,
can you move her back behind the table where I pulled her back to?
did I move her there?
Yeah, back there.
Oh, you dragged away.
She's like, he's like, there, lass. And you feel
Well,
better.
this is an interesting position to be in, I'm thinking.
Me. James looking like raised eyebrow.
You're doing what to my friend?
He was one of the people he gave the strange hand gesture to,
Yeah.
perhaps. He's an old sea dog, but
We
anyway.
did call it the bird.
No, I didn't mean it like that. He was... Anyway, I'll shut up. Zhang, you pulled Bodica back, right?
That was my action for the round.
Okay.
Yeah.
Silk, your turn.
I can do something. I can't see any zombies right now, though, right?
No, but you hear them.
I'm gonna hold my action. Like I say, we're gonna draw them into the room. Then we will get attacked on multiple angles. I had to make noise and stuff to say, "Here, zombie! Come on!" Clap my hands and stuff. Come on.
They seem to be coming, but this round, okay, so next round, and it's your turn. So you guys do what you want.
We'll get that other. Who else is in the room there with us?
Zhang and Relg.
Yeah,
Zhang-
Rel could come up here and help us out of the door. Yeah, then we can just chop them up as they come in.
Well, Zhang's not coming all the way up, but she'll stand behind Guiden to offer some assistance if something happens.
Okay.
She's not in any condition to be taking the lead, but she'll definitely cover a flank or cover a side or something if the situation is desperate.
Yeah, now the zombies are having difficulty getting around the bodies and stuff, and they're kind of slipping clumsily. Two more appear and are awkwardly making their way through the bodies, but that seems to be kind of it.
This be somebody's rear guard as they escaped or something.
And so you can attack Guiden, and I'm going to assume you kill these two zombies. Actually, we're going to they go down, and yeah, Zhang, yeah, you're pretty wise in that you sense that you know that these evil clerics can raise undead, right?
Yeah.
Or raise dead.
Just a quick glance across the bodies. What type of undead are they? Are they gnomes? Are they dwarves? Are they drow? Are they mixed races or whatever?
Mixed underdark races, not old, decomposed, probably kept for this purpose somewhat.
Okay.
Yeah, no clues there. What I'm getting at. I know what you're getting
Okay.
at, Dean. Perhaps you might find something, a faction or something, or yeah.
Okay.
No, but you're right. It was probably a ruse. One of the lieutenants had
been
used
down
it.
this area.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Let's get in there and see what's going on. See if we can find where they went. Guiden, you want to take the lead? Choose left or right. You're tactical leader.
All right.
All right.
So, if I may, everybody, I'm going to roll forward a little bit here,
Mhm.
and you roll into the hallway, and you'll realize that there's the wall of ice down here, of course, and over here you find a door that seems more important. It's locked with an intricate lock. And over here, there's a large double doors that is actually a sort of a fortress doors. And you see that this probably leads to passageways. Like this is a hub, it has 5 passageways going out of it. And this doorway probably leads to some ones that go off to the left. And if you remember the map, I'll bring us there real briefly. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. It doesn't matter which one you look at.
1, 2, main hallway, 3, 4. Yeah, so there's probably 2 side hallways off of each side of this main point. And
Right.
this is probably one of them.
And so I'll roll it forward a little bit and assume you're looking for traps and you don't find anything. They basically had this set up as a security passageway. And if you guys want to move I'll grab Silk and move him down there. Oh, he already is in there. So Relg looks around and Boudica, oh yeah. So Zhang, you estimate that Boudica will be, unfortunately, unless you guys have removed paralyzation.
If
gonna
we
go
do,
check it.
she's the one that can cast it.
Yeah, because she'll be out for
Yeah.
like an hour.
That is a problem, yeah.
I'll have to double check, but it's for quite a while. So you make her as comfortable as possible for the moment. Silk, this door, yeah, you can try to pick the lock on this one and do a search
I'm
for
going to do the
traps.
Usual checks, yeah.
Relg is very quiet and very good at disappearing. Do you realize? Like these deep gnomes can make themselves unseen and unheard. And he kind of scurries off, but he comes back a few minutes later and describes that indeed on the other side of this fortified door, which is open, somebody fled through there recently and didn't bother to close it. There is a passageway that forks into 3.
Oh,
2 main, 1 secondary passageway, or all 3 of them might be secondary and 1 tertiary. I'll double check. I think they're all secondary at least. So they're smaller and not as refined and machined.
do you want me to help out over there, Silk? Again,
Oh.
I'm not feeling my greatest right now, but I can give things a.
Well, I'm completely oblivious. I have no idea what's going on with this door. Jeez.
Hmm.
I think I'm just gonna start rolling my own dice.
Yeah, you don't.
Macros suck.
Yeah, well, neither do I.
Real dice suck too.
Yeah.
You roll them in front of me and you'll have the same results.
Yeah.
Mm,
Every once in a while they'll come up not helpful.
I know, but I have to gripe.
I know.
It's like,
And everything seems clear and Shang back it up.
Well, actually, I didn't want to go too far from being able to see Boudica,
Right.
so I kind of want to be in between what they're doing and Boudica, so I can at least keep an eye on her while she's recovering.
Okay, Silk, you want to pick the lock?
I don't know. Do you?
Everything seems all right. Gwyden, where are you by the way? You're in the pile of corpses, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, well, I'll
Yep.
probably die, but whatever.
Yeah, there he is.
Wow, I picked something. Something worked. Hooray.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm
and,
right behind. I'm right behind.
Needle
So
shoots to my brain.
no Silk, but you have to roll a
There we go.
no, a spider lands on your shoulder.
Nope.
A small spider.
I'll have to roll.
What's your AC? This might not actually hit,
-4.
even with the +4.
Not going to do it.
Okay, the small spider, which was probably the size of your palm of your hand, landed and tried to scurry into your neck and bite you.
Ooh, little bastard.
And it's on your shoulder trying to get in and scurry and bite your neck, but it just misses. Just
I'll
misses.
kill it.
and-
I'll kill it.
Yeah, hold still.
Splat. Smack in the back of the head. Hey. Oh, there was
move,
another
trust me.
one.
So roll initiative. Everybody, I'll roll for the spider.
Elephant spider.
And it's a,
Oh,
oh, I
nice,
rolled a
Brad.
6.
Oh,
Oh, I got a
quick,
5.
quick actions, but not quick enough.
So Brad, the spider tries to bite you again.
20 dexterity. I'm trying to flick it off with my gloves of dexterity.
Ah, okay, make a attack roll. Because it missed. It tries to bite you again and trying to bite your hand, but you're quick.
What kind of attack roll?
I'll give you your agility bonus, which is +4.
Okay. So just
This
attack
thing's
roll plus
AC
4.
is 0.
Quirky.
Oh, that's decent.
On the edge-ish, maybe. I think.
Oh, it's not quite gonna do it.
Okay, go ahead.
But Gwyden, it's your turn. You see that Silk's like, ah.
I recommend thrusts and riposi versus hack and slash.
Scott,
Splat
you're
it,
about
splat
10
it.
feet away, 12 feet
Use the
away.
flat of your
See-
blade.
Yeah, this black thing kind of landed on Silk's shoulder. It pounded out of this little compartment that shot open.
Okay, I guess I'll try and like poke it with my sword. It's on the ground now.
No, it's on his shoulder.
Okay,
Smack with the flat of your blade.
Plaque.
I'll
I'm willing to take the risk.
I'll let him play, Brad.
I'll try and flick it off with my hand if it's hand size. I mean, if it's like
Yeah.
smaller than my hand.
Yeah,
I'll
you can
try
make
that.
attack like Brad did. Yeah.
Okay, all right, I can do that. I'm just going to roll my normal attack roll. No adjustment here. $15.
15 for you. Yeah.
And you splatter it. Or you flicked it off. Oh, you flicked it off and it flicks off him and lands on the ground and tries to scurry away.
Now pin it to the ground. Pock.
Oh, a beer, mate.
Wonder if it's worth capturing.
You speak to spiders, possibly, but
You got 5 seconds.
I'm going to try and capture it
How?
with my hand. Got quick
Okay,
hands.
you try and grab it. Okay, go ahead, make a attack roll. You
must
still have an attack left, so with you at the other hand, you let go of your sword and grab it. Ah,
Oh, sorry, 13.
Grab it around
Yeah,
the
you-
thorax and keep the
you-
fangs away
it
from
tries to bite you as you grab it, but you do grab it. You're like, I got it. It's like, oh yeah. Now, what's your AC without your agility?
Without the agility, it's
Yeah, I
going to
don't
be
think that's still a hit. No, okay, that's not a hit. So it tried to
it's like a
bite you.
minus. It's like a
and-
-3.
Yeah, it's still good, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, it won't hit you, but it tries to bite you, and it's hitting your your gauntleted hand, right? You got armor and stuff, and
Yeah, let's try and capture it. I mean, Lolf is big on spiders. Maybe this is a pet or something dear to someone. I don't know. I'll try and put it in a bag, cinch the bag up.
stuff it in something. Okay. All right. So you, well, I don't know what to say. I guess you just put it in a bag.
spider.
Yeah, I'll put it in my coin pouch and
Zip it up. There for
Zip it
now.
up.
Hopefully it survives. If not, well. So for the moment, you're like, all right. And
Oh,
Silk's
I
like,
hope it doesn't.
yeah. Silk's like, damn it.
as
But
a
you
wood
did
elf,
pick
I
the
can
lock.
talk to wood. As a wood elf, I can talk to woodland creatures. Does this count?
it.
Well, it's an arachnid.
I
Okay.
don't think it's ever seen a wood.
Yeah. Okay. Just asking.
Do not, yeah.
So the door opens and yeah, and here you
It'll
see
be
this is
fine.
the kind of office quarters for Vondrel. What it looks very strange and gaudy, and there's a smell that hits you, kind of a mix between expensive incense and perfumes, trying to overcome the dankness of you know, like the caves, and there's sort of black and white candles contrasting, lighting up the place in an eerie, giving off these weird glow that's sort of mesmerizing. The smell kind of gets into your senses and it's euphoric. There's exotic pillows and carpets. Like she brought whatever style and opulence she could out here at the outpost, but it's the contrast is a bit weird.
I'm going to cast a detect magic.
So all right, I guess everyone can say what they want to do. Relg is kind of makes the sign of the cross in his own way in front of him. He's like, "Oi."
Zhang will look at Relg and say, you wait with
Nope.
Miss Boudica back there for a minute. Let Silk and I see what we can find in here of importance.
And I'm going to check for traps before we start blundering across the floor.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Okay, make a search for traps. And how do you search for traps exactly? Well, I guess you just kind of go around.
Well,
looking
it's
under.
looking at any
Yeah.
place that looks like it might have a trap door or a tripwire or any sort of thing. Oh man, I couldn't find my own ass. Oh well, fuck it. If I die, I die. But I go on, I'm gonna check around for anything magical, trap or possibly anything valuable.
No, just the spider pet was the one trap she had on the door. And as far as I know, there is nothing else. I'm just double checking. And you look around the room and you search it, you find a chest. It's a treasure chest, Bondrill's treasure chest.
Okay, I'm gonna fill the detect traps again.
Yeah, go ahead.
Woo, I made it that time. Right.
There's a
Just
needle
knowing-
trap.
Yeah, I suspect. I wouldn't have even touched it, honestly, if I wouldn't have made that.
With some sort of poison on it.
Guaranteed. Okay.
Not sure if you have poison lore, but anyway. And I'm just double checking. Okay, inside the chest you find jewelry worth 6,000 gold pieces.
Whoa.
And it's exotic kind of Underdark jewelry, drow jewelry, and clothing and lingerie. You know, her personal kind of kit, the stuff she brought that wouldn't fit in out here. It's like there's kind of like a dress for, or there's dress here, formal dress. There's also 2 black metal medallions of adamantium alloy bearing a likeness of a spider on one side and a female drow on the other. And they seem to be some sort of tokens, rods of authority.
There's our disguises or our passes.
That could very well help us with something. We're going to take those.
There's a bone tube. And it contains scrolls. 7
wanna-
scroll spells, 7 cleric spells.
Oh,
Written in strange script, but can be deciphered and used by clerics and druids.
Nice.
I'll list them off for you.
Okay, Boudica, you better write those down.
Yeah, Boudica can figure them out when she's like not drooling.
Yeah, I'm currently.
Oh, that's right. She's still out, isn't she?
That and I'm currently trying to get the little one to go to sleep, so I am AFK.
Oh, I can write it down for
Got
you.
my
Then.
phone, so I can easily
problem.
take notes.
I'll put it
So
in my
here-
book and we'll have it for next week.
Here, I'll list the spells off. There you go. There's a find traps.
Okay.
There's neutralize poison, two of them. Tongues. Cure critical wounds. Oh, this is a nice one. Heal, like a heal spell, which is
Oh,
a powerful spell.
Yeah, it is. Mhm.
And Stone Tell, which is an interesting spell. You can get a lot of information from Stone Tell.
especially down here.
And what was the
So
one
some-
between neutralize poison and cure critical wounds?
Yep. And actually neutralize poison would work for Boudica. Is that a poison or is it paralyzation actually?
Paralyzation that you need.
It's
Paralysis.
not really a poison
Cure-
though. It's
cure
more of
paralysis.
it's more of a shock from being touched by something that's then in contact with the negative plane of energy.
Yeah,
Right.
so they would need cure paralyzation.
Yeah.
Um,
Have to be specific, I think.
what else is in here? So there's some do you want to take the clothing? It's quite a
Um,
bit of gear. I mean, I guess not too much, but take it.
Might be something we could trade later on, or just give away as part of a bribe or something.
Yeah, well, that jewelry would be handy for that.
Yeah.
And there's a
Interesting.
spell book, Brad.
Oy, caramba.
Yeah. Yagrad's spell book.
Is that the second in command, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a magic user.
You'll wanna spend a couple hours looking at that at some point before we rest.
I'll send you a quick pic of his spell book here,
Druid.
or at least what he had. You probably might have a lot of these spells, but some of them you might not. So might want to
Yeah,
transfer them over.
Spells would be helpful.
Let me get this quick. Okay. So you've secured this area. You've killed the zombie, undead, delaying tactic thing. So Brad, I put it in Facebook. Magic missiles, sleep, ventriloquism, detective visibility, mirror image, rave, enfeeblement, lightning bolts,
Lightning bolt I don't have.
slow, and
Or
ice
do-
storm.
Or detective visibility. Oh, good.
Yeah, that's handy
Cool.
spells.
Yeah, those are nice. Sweet. And the other ones I can still use like a scroll too, even if I have the spell.
Take a one shot.
Yeah, like a one shot. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Does when you read a spell from a scroll, you have a chance to either, if you transfer it into your own spell book, it disappears, right?
That's right.
Yeah, or if you cast
Okay.
it. Yeah.
And if you cast it, it disappears. But if it does it take the characteristics of does it have the characteristics of the level of the magic user that created it, or your characteristics?
The magic user created it generally. It'll be,
It'll be whatever it was
Technically.
created as. Yeah.
Technically, but sometimes it's not possible. You just take the spell user if there's nobody, if you don't know where it came from, you just take the spell caster.
Got it.
In this case, it's these are unknown author. Author unknown. So let's do a quick bio, everybody. That's been a lot of fun. You guys wrapped up this section. It looks like I've made a couple rules secretly for Mongo. They've stayed out of trouble. Nobody stumbled across them. They've been left alone, but
Yep.
carries its own risks. But Redrick and him are kind of drinking rum and looking around at the corpses. I guess doing a bit of looting.
I recommend we go back and do the same thing on the other side, because it seems like this was the women's side and the other
Yep.
side might be the men's side for their
right.
quarters or whatever. But yeah,
So
let's have a quick bathroom run.
So yeah, and then we'll assemble and move forward. Sounds good. You're back.
nice. That's a couple of good new spells.
Yeah, seriously.
They say that lightning bolt is actually a really good spell for casting in the Underdark. I'm like, really?
I mean, I guess it would make sense. As long as your aim is true.
Because yeah, with a fireball, because the enclosed space, you're much more likely to accidentally blow your own ass up. Though with lightning bolt, at least it's going away from you.
Yeah, you don't want
Oh
to do
yeah,
it.
the fireball is a volume spell, so if you use it in a confined space.
Yeah, that's dangerous. That's why I'm not even taking it in my spells right now.
We in another
have
campaign,
it,
we had a guy use a fireball spell in an ice cave and nearly impale a couple of our compatriots
Oh yeah.
with icicles.
Or that time that there was that little tiny room and he cast a cone of cold spell and it shot backwards.
Just about got the baby to fall asleep, thank goodness.
Yeah, detect invisibility. That's gonna be very handy down here. Yeah, we're really close to going up another level too. In magic user.
That was just making me that much more of a badass.
Yeah, lightning bolt.
Have you figured out how much extra spell casting you get, Boudica?
Yes, I get 2 level 1 druid spells at level 10 and 1 level 1 magic user spell.
Hmm.
So I took magic missile just in case I'm bringing up the rear. And
Yeah,
or
it's a fast spell.
it's a good powerful spell. It's really pretty awesome. And then I'm not near my character sheet right now, but I took fairy fire, which I figured would be good if I detect somebody who's using invisibility, because what it does is it highlights
Yeah,
somebody.
Very much so. Yes. Very
yeah,
good.
that's handy. That's why the drow do it. So you stick out like a sore thumb, glowing thumb.
That would be pretty damn cool. And then I can't remember what the other one that I chose was.
Okay. But the druid spells are a lot like your cleric spells. You get all of them. You can just memorize a couple a day.
Yeah, exactly.
So you get the full list of druid spells as an option. So
Well, I'm thinking,
down here, that fairy fire is amazingly powerful.
yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be awesome for us if I detect the shimmer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a lot of little buff type spells that you can potentially add that you might not be very potent, but I mean they could situationally get you out of some tough situations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to use that monster summoning 3 too. I got that.
Yeah, that can change a whole combat if you summon in some monsters on the other side of things and have them split in between.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, you guys got a monster summoning spell, right?
Yeah.
Nice. So where have we assembled?
I can too.
So you said this door over here,
Actually,
there was nothing in there. They're actually gone now.
Over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 3 passages leaving 2 secondary and 1 tertiary.
Yeah, we might as well come back over this way.
So move back. Should I move us?
Yeah, well, guess we'll wait for, we'll wait for Bodica to come back to us and then we'll move on.
Okay.
Okay, that could take a while.
But yeah, I don't think we really have any way of getting
Well,
rid of it at the
we
moment.
can take Bodica back out to the main archway there. We actually all we've got left is these few doors over here, which we think are prison cells. If you want to quickly check them over and make sure there's nobody in them, we don't want to leave any living people behind locked in a cell.
Sure, yeah. Where was that again?
Just out here in the main hallway, on the left side, coming up the left side of the hallway where we found Relg. There was a couple other doors there, or a couple other things that could be cells.
Yeah, okay, sure. Let's go check them out.
There may be nothing in them, but we don't want to leave anybody,
So
any
yeah,
other
yeah,
let's
living
go.
creature.
Be a potential ally there, or who knows?
Who knows? Yeah.
Or even a
If the-
local citizen, like like an orc slave or something, that might hate the drow and or just want to get back at them and tell us a bunch of stuff, or who knows?
Exactly. So yeah, just
Still let them see Bodica.
All right,
no.
so where you want to assemble? You want to ping it or?
right in the main hallway here.
Okay. Now, Mongo's down here in the passageway. He's kind of going, hey, hey.
Yeah.
Lot
What's
of
up,
dead,
Mongo?
lot of dead bodies down here.
Well, how about you start organizing them? That lieutenant guy, we want to look him over real close.
Mhm.
Very, very close. I know
Oh,
he's busted up a little bit, but
If
I want to
anybody
go
has
over
any
him with a
real nice
fine-tooth
armor.
comb.
I've got some drow chain, but if there's something better yet, I'll take it.
I just gotta put the cat out.
Yeah.
Drive me fucking nuts.
We just want to secure the this area up here, and
Yeah, well, we don't want to hang around too long because, like I said, we had people escape. So if we don't
Yeah.
get out of here fairly soon, there could be a whole hit squad coming for us. don't
I
fuck
doubt it from
around.
the look of the distance on them maps. They could be a few days to a couple of weeks getting reinforcements back here.
Mhm.
I was actually thinking of using their barracks rooms for a rest before we carry on, because I'm not going to be good to carry on too far.
Well, yeah.
I want to make sure everything's taken care of here first.
Yeah, I got to learn how to use that drow laptop too. I remember I have a laptop computer.
Yeah.
So I'm using it to learn drow, and I'm using it to look up information about all these different things about their society and about Gawanador, the elemental god, and
Oh yes.
all that. So I might be able to do some good research with it, I'm thinking. And learn drow too, because I have to learn it, because I always handed more people that can speak it.
Oh, absolutely. Just willing to work with you to neutralize your accent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. Have to help me out. Because this, well, you can really help me out with this computer too, because as far as I know, all the language in it is drow.
Yeah, I was gonna say when we do watches, we could just do it together and
Actually, Brad, the only one who speaks a language on that laptop is Leto, and people from his universe.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
It's a completely alien tongue. That's one of the problems, of course.
Oh, I thought it was a drought. thing.
No, it's alien technology.
And it's not going to be in any script from this universe, so that's interesting. But I can teach you Drow. What we can do is when we do
Yeah,
walk,
definitely. That's the main thing. Yeah.
you can sit there, point at things, and I can say them in Drow, so you have a little bit of vocabulary.
Now,
And then we'll move on to vocabulary.
I
also
got that
Heather,
intelligence, so I should be able to
Yes.
pick it up.
I was
for-
just gonna cut in a minute, Silk. You actually have read languages as a thief ability. And pretty well like every chance you can get, you can try to decipher more from the computer. Gain information.
And I also have technology.
After a
as
while,
a skill.
eventually you'll cumulative get a better chance and you'll master the language if you spend enough time at it.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. But yeah, I also have technology one as a proficiency as well.
Yeah, and that's what you'll have attained because
A
you'll
little
had
bit here and there.
you'll have had it for a while, but getting the energy levels you don't want to use too much either. Every time you use it, there's a chance you could burn out the energy cell. And
Well, that's
the
what I'm
way
thinking too. And
they'll
plus, it
work
only
it
has
is
so much
that when
time.
every
on it.
time you use it, you'll have a die roll, and you'll start with a D8, and when you use it, every battery, I get this from Black Hack. If you roll a 1 or 2, you go down to D6 next time you use the computer. And if you roll a 1 or 2, next time you go down to D4. And if you roll 1 or 2 on D and 4, you've burnt out the battery.
That's thing. Well, it's those power discs. I learned how to recharge those for my laser too somehow at some point.
Yeah. Well, you need to get the right
Hopefully,
adapter.
Hmm?
Need the right adapter.
Let's cast a lightning bolt into it.
Yep. Just hold
Oh,
still.
Or maybe it's the
No.
shocking grasp. That might do it.
No, but you're onto something though, Brad. I no, good for you. Like, yeah, and I will give you the chance, but there's a risk every time. I'll say if you have like 4 hours to study it, you could do so, but you have to make that roll. You might
Okay.
not roll a 1 or 2 on a D8. The odds are you won't. So when you're down to D4, that's when you have to start worrying because then you're like, oh, I have 50-50 chance of burning out the battery. Do I really need to access the computer? Do I need the
I
technology?
know what you mean. Yeah, only access it when you're absolutely dire heat of. Yeah.
Well, what I mean now is if you could tinker with it now and make some chances, the odds are with you. You get some information.
And we might need it later to hook up to other technology if we find more technology later.
Bingo. It's the only piece you have. It's powerful piece technology, but it's
I
alien.
got that laser too.
True, but you've
I
burned
got
up
a
a
few
lot
shots
of
left
energy.
with that thing, but not many.
Anyway,
4 shots, I think.
no, good call, and perhaps we'll have some time to figure something out. But for the moment, you've assembled here on this broken catwalk. There's a big hole, gaping hole here, a bunch of rubble down below. Everything's pretty quiet. Bongo's been stacking up bodies down here and looting and grabbing a bunch of platinum. And he found the fancy guy, the magic user, and he's like, "You mean this guy?" And he's kind of holding him up and shaking him upside down, trying to get stuff to fall out.
yeah, that one. Strip his armor off him. I want him naked when we go to search him. Try not to destroy it, but
Magic user, you say?
well, he was
That's
a
the guy.
male,
You got his
male
spell
drow.
book.
So
Yeah,
the other doors here, Darren, we were going to open them up, make sure we didn't leave anybody alive behind.
Which one first?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, we were gonna check that out.
Yeah, we just wanted to open up the cell doors to make sure that we didn't leave anybody alive behind.
Okay, this one first. You open it up, and there is a goblin sitting there, and he's on his knees, and he's got his forehead to the ground. And you see he's kind of shaking a bit. And he goes, and he's whimpering, he's speaking Underdark. Bog obedient, Bog, okay. No harm, Bog.
No harm, bug.
Well, if this fella knows the area,
Relg's like, oh, it's a filthy goblin. He goes striding forward to
guy,
fight him.
even though I'm like, even though he's a goblin, I hate seeing anything chained up. Yeah, he's still got a thing about that. Prisons.
He's not chained up. Actually, he was just the door
Well,
was bolted
imprisoned
from
at
your
any rate.
side, so he was locked in this cell.
Yeah.
But he wasn't chained up, and he's not armed, and he's ragged, like stinking. He's wearing like stinking hides of unknown origin. He's got like the most amazing underbite you've ever seen in your life. You know, like he can pour liquids into his bottom jaw.
Like Beavis.
Yes.
He looks like
He
Beavis.
had correctional
and he talks like-
orthotics, but it didn't work. Listening to my Britney Spears albums.
and he's always good, and he's always laughing all the time at some.
So anyway, he goes, and then you see his head teeters up, and he peeks, and he's sniffing because he smells something strange. And then
I
his
say,
head
"Hey,
bobs
fellow."
up. Use a
Mongo.
use no evil mistresses. But then he sees Boudica, and his forehead hits the ground with a palpable slap.
Pop. She's with us. She's not one of them.
You speak under common,
I do.
so what do you role play this?
Well,
this-
Boudica, what do you think? You think we should? I think we should give this perhaps touch to this.
She's not
fellow.
evil mistress. She's just with us.
Well,
So Zhang
Yeah,
walks forward.
We killed many of the evil ones. Come on out and have a look.
hey. You guys are lucky.
You say that? Give me a charisma roll, Zhang. And you're female. He appears to be male. You're not quite certain, but he appears to be male. This bog.
Oh crap. Natural 20. She's just a little too bossy. And big.
He's terrified of you. You're kind of a bit bloodied up, and you look a bit rough, and your language is harsh, and he didn't understand. He seems confused about you killing evil ones. He's like, well, everything's evil.
Yeah, he doesn't know what the opposite of evil is, probably.
And he shrinks back in the cell a bit, and he just seems confused. And
She'll just take her metal arm, point at him, out through the door and down the hallway. Go.
That would be very useful.
And maybe he knows his way. Maybe he knows his way around.
Do you know the local area? Come on out.
he's not listening to Zhang at all.
Nope.
Well, there's one language that everyone knows. Hang on. Am I? Did I turn the microphone back on?
Nope,
Yep.
we hear you.
We hear you.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna pull out a bit of dried meat from from one of my rations and hold it out to him. And say,
Now
"It's-
you're
it's okay, take it."
now he manages somehow to keep his forehead on the ground as he shuffles forward. Give me a charisma check, Boudica. Now you have drow blood in you.
Yes, I do.
So
So,
he's not making eye contact. He's in fact his head's somehow backward as he's shuffling forward.
well, okay.
And
So
He's probably been whipped by matrons his whole freaking life.
yeah, that could very well be.
but he's starving. You can see he's starving.
That'll do. It's well below my charisma.
Yeah, and it's like a whipped cur comes forward and snatches the jerky and nibbles it and sits there. Oh, Bog's so hungry, he's mumbling. Oh, you. And in his one eye, you see this one purple kind of eye, bloodshot look at you, Boudica.
Mm-hmm.
You's not like the others.
No, I'm not.
Who are you?
My name is Boudica. I was raised on the surface.
He looks a bit confused. Ah, the world of light.
Yes.
And he cringes. Doesn't like that. But you gave him food. So he comes forward. You new mistress? For now, bog alone. Very dangerous, underdark.
Yes, it is. Do you know the area?
You speak fast. He shrugs. I come from far from here. You see, prisoner.
Mm.
Shrugs. He looks around. His one eye, he's getting a bit more bold. As you see, you're not going to kill him immediately. And you gave him food and gave him a lot of confidence, you noticed. And he's nibbling. He ate that. It's gone. It's inhaled it. And he just sits there quietly and he's looking around curiously. Quite a party. Wow. And he sees how you're all kind of have suntans and stuff. Some of you, and he's like, from the land of the light, he mutters, and then kind of slinks against the wall. Just watching for a moment.
Try the other door. So see who's in the other one up there. See if we can round up some allies around here.
This cell is empty.
This one's empty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we show him? Can we show him the badges with the spiders on them, and ask what these are for? To ask if he knows what these are for.
He doesn't like the looks of them. And he says, he starts speaking in Orc. Anyone speak Orc?
I do.
Mongo does, I'm sure.
Black ones. Mistresses. Why do you have these? He's looking around really nervously as he realizes that he sees bodies in the hallway suddenly, and puddles of blood. And his eyes he's squinting harshly though, because of course, I don't know, Gwyden's holding up a light source, I imagine. There is light sources here, but it's not the same as light sources you guys carry necessarily. But he's squinting and his eyes widen as he sees the bodies in the hallway, and he starts to realize that you guys are truly weird foreigners. And there's a glint of cunning in his eye, and he looks around and he goes, so you like bog.
We see you've been mistreated, friend.
You speak under common? I guess you all speak under common, and I assume that.
No, he said he was speaking Orcish.
Yes, he was. Oh, so Silk, go ahead. What do you say?
Oh, I just say we see that you've been mistreated by these people, my friend. If you come with us, we can offer you a semblance of freedom, perhaps to get a revenge on some of the ones that wronged you.
He shuffles up to Silk. Elfie. Elfies are. And he goes to say something and then stops himself in Orc because he realizes you were speaking Orc as well, and he's kind of looks a bit startled. Friend.
Does he look about the size that he could wear an elf, the Drow elf male jerkin?
No.
Like, we won't harm you and you don't harm us.
And he shrugs again.
You may not understand the concept of good.
But he shrugs again. He goes, you killed all the drow?
Unfortunately, not all. So a powerful priestess escaped.
Oh. My caverns are far from here.
Would we be able to take refuge there?
He looks startled. You're speaking all orc now. The other is probably not here understanding much. He goes, refuge. My clan was wiped out. I am a slave.
I've been a slave myself, and I probably have marks on my body and stuff from when I was like beaten and tortured by that ogre mage. I'm like, that's why I want to help you. That's why I want to help you. I've also been a slave and mistreated and had horrible things done to me and happened to me.
I was in the slave markets of Caerthinlu.
Is that a drow city?
That's the one on your map.
Okay, so it's a smaller kind of drow town, or
No, it's a big drow city.
it's a big city. Okay.
Pull out the map and show them the map.
Yeah. What else can you tell us about that city? We've never been there, but we have business there.
He, he shrugs. Many drow, many others. He shrugs. Black place. But all who go there must go to the Black Tower. Must register. It's far away. You're not going to that city. And he kind of balks and stumbles against the wall a bit.
We may have to go there.
And
There's
Relg is
something
like,
happening up on in the world of light that is destroying it, and we need to find a way to stop it. And in order to find that, there's certain things we may have to do in that city. But trust me, we don't want to go there, but we must do what we must do.
okay, you're not sure how much of that he soaks up, but he just
He's-
nods, accepts it
he's a
as
little
like you're the new masters. You've freed him from his cell and you've killed his other masters for the moment. So yeah, but he's putting dots together a bit. He's sort of like, you're all nuts.
Yeah. I just
but he's-
asked him straight up, do you wish to come with us?
You're giving him a choice again. He looks baffled and give me a charisma check, Silk. As you kind of he looks uncertainly. He looks down the passageway,
Yeah.
into the darkness where he could perhaps disappear and go his own way. But what is your charisma?
Oh, I made it. 15.
So you see him for a moment. It looked like he was going to scurry off like a frightened rat down the passage and disappear, perhaps. But he realizes that his chance of survival. He looks at you all, and you look pretty tough, actually. And you just fought these drow, and then he kind of shrugs again, and then he bows sort of awkwardly, and you new masters. And just he seems to relax somewhat and assumes a position of servile. Yeah.
I say,
Posture.
how would you like a job? You'll be our guide, and we'll even pay you.
And he brightens up. Pay? Not a
Indeed.
slave?
No. Well, I'm sure there are things that we're going to come across, and many riches in that we already have. We've already accumulated many things, so we don't have need of a lot, so you can certainly have your share.
And
More gold than we can carry.
Yeah, we got way more gold than we can carry ever.
and you see he somewhat snargily grin with his bottom jaw protruding grotesquely.
Mhm.
And he nods. I servant Bog of Gob.
Right. It is your free name From now on. You leave your slave name behind.
And he seems quite smug, and he gets in, assumes a posture of like, and he wants to bring people stuff. And here, can I give you this smelly rag? Can I scratch your armpit or perhaps crack your ass?
Sure, why not?
Pick the lice off your scrotum? Pardon me. Anyway, so you guys have picked up a mascot slash goblin servant. We'll see how loyal he stays. How much you pay, Bog?
Guide.
Yeah, he knows stuff. It's true. He knows lots of languages. Who knows?
Bog of Gob.
I'll always be keeping a bit of an eye on him. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Don't drop your defenses too much.
Okay.
Moving forward.
I think to get down out of here, we're gonna tie a rope up here because at least there's sleeping quarters up here, and let everybody scurry down the rope, and we'll scoot across the other side. I expect everybody's left or bugged out or at least hidden so that we won't be able to find them. But I want to go check around the other side.
I gotta take a phone call. Hold on.
Okay. Are you guys all good with that?
Yeah, we'll meet up with our other party here, and yeah, all get together.
Yeah.
The only leader we got was that lieutenant guy, and I want to like strip search him and search every square inch of his skin and every square inch of his armor, his clothing, everything he was wearing.
Total cavity search all around.
Well, we know they have hidden things on them for stuff. So I want to search everything. I'm going to pass on that one. You can have that job. So.
You probably have important information in it though, wouldn't it? If you're going to go through all that effort. Or maybe he just likes it. I don't know.
And at this point, actually, I'm going to move forward the session. Now, there's stuff that could happen, but for brevity's sake and to roll the adventure forward, we're going to assume that you've defeated the outpost, more or less. There are some drow that escaped. There were a few more in the north, but you guys took quite a bit of time, and they're gone. They skedaddled. There was about 5 drow left, just to kind of outside the box, and there was also a sergeant type. And anyway, there were different options, but they decided to move and leave. And so you guys search the area, you find some knickknacks, and there's plenty of armor and weapons and all sorts of drow knickknacks. Like, you guys own the battlefield temporarily, but deciding to move forward. Let's reach the point where we're not, unless you decide to actually stay and rest here, you can decide which passageway you want to take at this point, because you can move forward into this part here, and there's some passageways and so on and so forth, but I'm going to move the adventure forward. You find another passageway up here.
Probably really stinks around here. Bodies everywhere and undead.
Yeah. There's the main passageway that keeps going. So you could keep taking the main passageway. Here's your choices. Sum it up, because we're going to move the adventure forward at this point. Now, you're all wounded, need to rest, get your spells back, I realize. So you can decide, hey, you can rest right now. I'm not going to just tell you what to do, or you can travel for a while. This is a secondary passageway. The primary passageway is the one that you were on that keeps going, that Vondro went down. And then there are 3 passages down here. 2 of them are secondary, 1 of them tertiary. Tertiary was actually, you had a hard time finding it. Finally, Mongo found it, and it was sort of a passage that was natural, and it took off up on the edge and curved around at an angle. It was hard to see, and he's like, oh, it's just actually kind of a goat trail tunnel that heads off. So I'll bring us to the other map so you can have a look and decide. And you, like I said, you can stay here if you want and rest. There are dangers in that. Now that there's a power vacuum here, there's going to be all critters that are going to start go, there's no drow there anymore, and move in, or that amount of blood and bodies might attract certain things as well.
Yeah, I think we should kind of get away from this area a bit if we're going to rest.
Yeah, and quickly.
And if somebody comes along that can like create undead and stuff like that, you could be in trouble real fast. Some necromancer comes along.
For the moment, things are quiet, and you guys own the outpost. You've searched it. You got those scrolls, the spell book, and some other knickknacks.
Yeah, the only thing I was going to search really good, Darren, was that lieutenant guy, because he was the only one of the leaders we really got.
Right, and
Like
you
full
did-
body search, strip off his armor and like go through
Ah.
his hair and everything, because you've mentioned previously that they have
Okay, this guy has
marks
a
for hidden.
brooch on him. It's hidden in his armpit.
Interesting
Yeah.
spot.
And it states
Glad we
house.
found it there. It could have been worse places.
Right,
I
no
know.
shit.
I'm being.
Dean was ready to go in too.
I was like, settle down.
Well, and considering that in another campaign that I played, we had a cleric who kept his prayer beads where you're thinking.
Those aren't prayer
Um,
beads. Those aren't prayer beads.
He actually accidentally called his deity when they hit wrong when he was pulling him out.
I bet he did.
Boop, 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 boop.
Boop, 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 tear.
I
Yeah.
see God.
Yeah, forgot about the cross in the end. Ouch.
Last part's the best. So it says on this brooch, Jagred of House Alavel. Or I should type the whole thing. Second son. Oh, wait, board's off. Nope. And the other guy escaped. Canon Accordia escaped. So you guys got Bog. All right, you tell me what you want to do now. Let's get this venture rolling, move beyond the outpost. You see that you have a choice now. You can, if you look at the map, you can avoid the squiggly face hex altogether if you want.
Yeah. That
Anyway,
makes me
I'll let you
nervous.
decide. You guys.
Yeah, the passage straight ahead is the most direct route, but we
But it's
could
probably
avoid
the most
something.
watched though. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a second. I gotta get another drink. I'm starting to get dry throat.
I'll be right back.
Well, it looks like the branch off to the left might be a decent way to go. Like you said, it goes around the squidgy thing there, and could be something interesting up there. But the other to the right kind of leads off a little more into the unknown.
What can we do with these brooches? I mean, obviously, we can
use them to say that we're
Maybe-
under official business from those houses, possibly. That's one thing we could do with them. Like Boda
I'm a little concerned about
grab one and say, I'm from house so and so, bullshit our way through something.
Yeah, anything that's too personal, though, someone might be like, well, you got this from my cousin, so-and-so. You know what I mean? Is that
Yeah.
too
Yeah, I
personal?
recognize that. Oops.
What are you doing with Uncle Jimmy's brooch,
Well, it'll help us to learn who the different houses and stuff are at any rate. I was gonna
Yeah.
say too, we gotta be careful a little bit about getting too separated during combat, because last round we got pretty separated and that made the situation worse for sure.
Well, we
Mhm.
could also use them as
Just keep that in mind.
leverage to say,
Try to stay a little close.
if we know that we're dealing with an enemy of the person who owned the brooch's house, we could say, hey, we're on the same side here.
Yeah, we killed these guys from that opposite house or whatever. Yeah, good point. Good point.
Yeah, no, I
Hey,
kind of,
for
that was my
sure.
first thought, but just got to be careful how we're going to pass ourselves off. Maybe you
Gem
say,
merchants. Like I said, we gem merchants. We got tons of gems. We can easily say we're gem merchants, and we can say, oh well, if you let us through here, we'll give you this nice little shiny bubble. And then we could probably, they'll know that we're lying to some degree. But this, like I say, the smaller the lie, the bigger the lie, the more suspicious they're going to be. If it seems like a smaller lie, then they're expecting that. Yeah.
I have to correct myself. All the passages out of here are primary passages.
Hmm.
And if you look at this map, solid lines are primary. It looks like if you take this passageway, it'll branch and you'll have to take a secondary passageway, which will go into a tertiary passageway, which is the slashing ones. And that gets tricky. Movement gets slower, of course. I mean, movement goes down exponentially as you go down from primary, secondary to tertiary, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can basically go 3 miles a day, 2 miles a day, or 1 mile a day. And each one, plus there's different encounters, of course. Some are more civilized, quote unquote. Primary passageway will have less exotic creatures, monsters, and more like drow patrols and Duergar patrols or merchants. There is free trade in the Underdark. Don't forget, like not everybody's vicious and just jumps on everybody automatically. There is
Yeah, and there are merchants from the surface and stuff that do come through.
Yeah, true. So I mean, it can be pulled off, and if, like I said, depends who you encounter and how much money you have to bribe with or intimidation
Wooden
factor.
items are actually good to bribe drow with. They really love wood. They got a hard on for wood.
Yeah, oh, big time. It's rare.
Anything that's rare down there from the surface, yeah, like natural materials and stuff.
So anyway, let's think about the immediate plan. We kind of summed up this outpost. Let's move it forward.
Okay.
If you guys are okay with that.
Yeah, it's just we need to decide which passageway.
Sure. So most of them go to the unknown. You have two choices at the moment, unless you want to go into the unknown.
Yeah, the other ones seem to be kind of going a little too far out of our way. So I'm thinking, so the right or left one, like going straight on is going to be the most watched. So I don't know. I'm voting for the top left one, the one that seems to go around the squidgy head.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
so
my
you'll
vote.
avoid it by miles, hopefully.
So you guys, yeah, just cast your votes. What do you guys think?
So, and I'll clarify for everybody, you can move 3 hexes in a day on a primary, right? And 2 on a secondary and 1 in a tertiary. Not that that's a big deal, but just so you know. If you don't get lost, that is, it's more difficult to stay on track as well. You basically almost don't have to roll on primary, rarely. Maybe once a shift to see if you get lost. Anyway, I'm talking too much.
Oh, we'll talk to Bog here, and I'll try to talk to Bog and ask him if he knows anything about what's off to that one that I want to go up. Yeah, this one here.
Okay, how do you talk to Bog then? You bring him forward and he goes, master, and he waves this greasy rag in your face again. Like he's not sure if he wants you to wipe with it or blow your nose. Or...
Yeah, no thank you, but right at the moment, so what do you know about this area in here? Do you know what's down this passageway? And I point down that passageway.
He's looking at the map and he's not literate, but he's trying to focus because he's trying to understand. You're talking in this formal tongue and
Yeah,
giving
well,
these weird.
I'm not pointing at the map. I'm pointing at the passageway because I think he'll recognize that easier than he will on a map. I point to the passageway and say, "Do you know what's down that way?"
But you did show him the map as well, and I was going to give you a roll.
Oh, okay.
Now his 5 intelligence. So roll 20-sided. If you get 5 or less, you might actually understand the concept of the map. And okay, the map's beyond him. He's like,
yeah.
And then
well, we can
he
ask.
might-
But
I just
can we
pointed
ask him
out,
if he's
but-
ever? Can we ask him if he's ever been any of these directions before? I mean, sometimes these people know. Sometimes people know their landmarks more so than a map.
True. Yeah.
He
Yeah,
claims to have come
like that.
from this passageway. They brought him down that way. And he's not sure where they were bringing him or why. He doesn't say much about why he was in that cell. Yeah. Well, anyway.
Ask him about that. Did you cross your masters or do something that they didn't want you to do because you didn't want to do what they said?
Mistresses mean. Mistresses want to kill Bog. Bog tried to run away. And they probably threw him in that cell and were starving him. Looked like he hadn't
Oh,
been.
we won't hurt you and we'll feed you. And as I say, we'll even pay.
So he eagerly grins and tries to stop salivating. And he starts polishing your shoe.
Yeah, Sue doesn't
with
know
his
anything
greasy
about
rag.
what's up the passageway.
Not that one, no.
Okay. But I'm like, well, I suggest we go this way. What do you guys think? 'Cause
Well, it looks like it's the best option at this point.
everything's valid. Yeah.
The secondary passage looks like it bypasses something.
We do have to consider though, it's gonna be slow going through here.
Yeah, and it could be a little dangerous in that section to if we meet anything, because it's going to be a tight passage.
But anything with a squidgy head like that makes me nervous.
Yeah, I'm out. Not going that direction.
Well, and the other thing is we know
So you begin your journey and head down that passage.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
not as primary as that main primary one. But it is structured and it's been maintained by whatever forces that be. And how far do you want to travel? Because you guys could probably go the rest of the shift, but you're all wounded and tired.
Yeah.
And
Can-
Just far enough away that we can, yeah. so we
Zhang,
can
you're barely
just
able to
start dust a
stand.
little bit.
yeah, I don't want to go very far.
But
I
not
want to
too
actually
far.
just stop and get an extra long rest today.
You're -6 now to everything.
Whoever had the stone tell, have they memorized that spell yet?
Depends on what level spell it is. If it's too high level. you should
Yeah,
know it
I was gonna say,
once.
I don't know what level it is. I'll have to look that up.
Just
Because
saying a crossroads like this might tell us a lot about what's in front of us.
that's very true. And I don't have it memorized yet. I'm assuming that I didn't sit down and try to do anything because we were exploring.
I don't know if I've ever heard of that spell.
We might want to save it for someplace a little closer to our main objective for some really good information.
Stone Tail's very neat spell. You can actually ask the stones what has transpired.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think it would be good to have that memorized so that we could do it more than once. If you use it once during a,
It's different though. It's a clerical spell. Clerics have channeled the energy of their deity.
Yeah, that's
Like
the
memorizing
problem.
like a magic user does.
And that's the problem. I can only memorize up to, I think, level 3 spells.
Yeah.
So I may
And
not
if you're
be,
on
be capable.
and if you're on good terms with your deity, you can choose your spells, basically.
Yeah. Like you could cast that spell, but you could only do it once.
So you guys, for the moment, your party, battered and bruised, yet triumphant, carrying
Interesting spell.
yourselves high, and Bog bringing up the rear, shuffling surprisingly quiet. You move into this passageway. You've picked one, and let's go, and covering your tracks as best you can. Boudica, I'm gonna assume we're back into the Underdark travel mode where we have Zhang and Boudica out front, and Silk kind of hovering around and moving from flank to flank, fighters in the middle, so on. If you can give me a tracking roll, as you guys have moved, you estimate for probably about 2 or 3 miles through the Underdark. You've basically gone through that hex I showed you, and you're going into the next one. You know, this hex here, you estimate. And Mongo's been keeping track, searching for sinkholes and such and other pitfalls. I've rolled for random encounters already, by the way, twice. And you're getting tired now. Zhang has collapsed a couple times.
Yeah, we really need to find some
Yeah,
place for
we
me to
do
hole up for a
kinda
day, a day or so.
And that tracking roll, I think it's give me a percentage die, Boudica. Simplify things if you want. 100-sided roll. You guys can see this map, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And intercede anytime anyone wants to role play what's
64.
going through somebody's mind. So, Aldaria, you were kind of keeping
Or-
track of things,
Yeah.
and you did notice that there were some tracks you followed briefly before they disappeared. You're not sure how, but there were some drow tracks, and it could have been that Canon Arcadia, the priestess, junior priestess, is fleeing down this passageway ahead of you guys. And you were pretty close, actually. You were surprised. Apparently you found a spot where she was wounded and recovered and cast spells and then moved on. But she's pretty close in front of you, but you're all tired and you've reached this hex here and you moved quite a ways and you can move forward now, but you might be, anyway, you guys go ahead.
Is it the first place where we come across where there's a safe place to rest, like something to get off of it, like we found in that one other one? I recommend we take a good long rest because Zhang really needs to recover and needs hit points and
Yeah.
everything.
Okay, someone can roll to find a camping spot. Who's your scout searcher?
Me.
Okay, so the wild elf is looking around for a place, a nice nook or something.
Granny.
Yeah,
It's too
Give
bad
me
I
a
don't have
wisdom
wall of
check,
stone. That's
Gwyden.
the best thing.
So you want to roll low.
And,
20
oh, sorry,
sided.
wrong roll. Sorry.
8.
Eight.
And why I ask for this is to see if you can find a place that is like, hidden and so on. It reduces the random encounter modifier big time if you find a good camping spot. And in this case, Gwyden, you do find a sort of a crevasse of many that bisect this trail. And you guys are now in this. Somebody's got a wind tunnel going in their mic. I'm not sure.
Oh, sorry.
That might be. Sorry. You guys have reached this hex here. And sorry, I didn't mean to be rude there. And you find a pretty good spot, Gwyden. It's lofted up. You find a ledge that's sort of hidden that you can't see from below if you follow. And you can pull everybody up on there, and it's sort of hidden, and there's a nook there where you can camp. Bog is excited. He can't believe that he's with these amazing creatures, but you see a sly look in his eye once in a while as he sees treasure and his eyes open, and you guys give him free reign, like you don't pay much attention to him. He just
Oh,
kind of
I'm paying attention to him, and I'm
yeah,
getting
okay.
neutral
Give
too.
me
So
a
I
give
see
me
that. I know when somebody's being sneaky.
give me an intelligence check. Silk.
Oh, I still made it.
So Silk. You suspect Bog might have picked Boudica's pockets.
Mm. I'm gonna let it slide for the moment, but when I get a chance to talk to Boudica alone, I'm gonna talk to her about it and ask her if she's missing anything.
He gets to sleep at the back of the ledge, farthest away from the ramp back down to the main tunnel.
I'm
Well,
gonna
there's
be like,
no
I'm gonna
ramp.
pat, I'm gonna pat my gold pouch. I sure hope nobody reaches into my gold pouch.
Oh, meanwhile, okay.
It would be
Scott,
terrible.
Have
There's
you?
so much
I
gold
love
in
that.
there.
That's perfect.
There's
That's
so
very
much
cruel.
gold in there.
Some gold, Chomp.
Gwyden, what have you now? First of all, I have to make a roll here. Actually, Gwyden, give me a dexterity check.
I love it. I can't believe how well that's set up.
Yeah, that. Okay, you didn't accidentally squish it, and you're not sure if it's alive or not, Gwyden. You haven't looked in your bag for a while. What are you gonna do? As you realize after you guys have pushed it for about 6 hours, you've made
Spiders
it
go a long time without food and stuff.
yeah, because you're like, let's make some distance, and Scott, you remember like, oh, spider.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Can I tell if it's kind of padded? Is it kind of moving around, or can I tell if it's something's in there?
Give it a poke.
Yeah, well, I don't know. What do? You tied off the top, right? Like cinched it.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
Oh yeah.
it couldn't get out as far as you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Boudica,
Yes.
now you had pet spiders
Okay.
as a child, of course, like every
Where's the
good
Adams?
drow toddler had.
yeah.
You
What
grew up
what do
with-
I do to feed this thing, Boudica?
Typically
Anyone know
they,
anything about spiders?
well, first of all, how big is the spider?
Well, they would eat
I don't know.
rodents.
Yeah, big enough.
Bugs,
It's
of course.
about the size of my hand, I guess. A little smaller,
Okay.
palm sized.
I'm gonna take a look at it, study it closely, see how large its mandibles are, things like that.
Okay, I'm gonna set it
Um,
down and kind of do my best to definitely open it up a little bit, facing away from me.
Yeah, so we're
Okay,
talking.
before one, I have to jump in real quick. Okay, so we set up for camp. We're on this ledge. I don't have a map set up or anything at the moment. It's taken about 20 minutes. We have like food has been distributed. You guys had some drinks, and you're bringing out this package. Oh yeah, and you were making a joke about I have gold here, and you're patting, and Bog looked a bit shy, but he scurried off into the corner and was keeping to himself. And Silk noticed something, and we're moving forward. And
I'm gonna chat with Boudica about
who
it.
was on guard? And I should assume that you guys put somebody on guard. And are you going to send somebody down the passageway, or is it going to be immediate guard?
The guy with the red shirt.
Yeah,
Red shirt, get down there.
I was gonna say, let's not make that joke too strongly because I'm wearing red dragon armor.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, you still got that armor? Yeah. No, you don't have that anymore, do you?
I
Yeah,
use it.
yeah.
I use it for when we're in outposts and things.
so Mongo will take first shift if you want.
Well, true. Plus that drow armor will deteriorate when you leave.
And Drederick will do
That's nice,
second
armor.
shift, and I'll do third shift.
All right, so for the moment, Mongo and Drederick are watching both ways, and you guys are up there. You've pulled out the sack and you've turned to Boudica and you're like, what do you know about spiders? And let's resume as you looking at the drawstring and you're kind of shrugging as you see it. The bag is moving a little bit and shaking, and you can hear this little chittering sound. Now, Boudica, you hear a sound of like, it'd be like a cat meowing or a dog kind of yipping, whining or something,
Okay.
right?
Yeah,
The
does that
others-
sound like a kind of spider you've ever heard before?
Bog moves forward to step on
I
it.
know a friend of mine had one of those giant Goliath tarantulas, the bird-eating spiders. She had it as a pet. It was huge. That
Well, and
scared me.
part of why I was asking about size and things like mandibles is I don't think any of you guys know this. I did have pet tarantulas as a child. Because I'm weird like that.
Yeah, I've worked with them a little bit in pet stores, but not a lot.
Yeah, actually, one of the ones that we had growing up was a wild male tarantula that my mom caught in the house, and we just decided to keep.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
Oh, Fluffy.
I did.
Wow.
I believe we called him Harry, but yeah.
There you go, that's good.
Mistress, you should kill it. What is it? Kill it. You hear Bog saying.
It's a cute little spider. It's okay.
She's a druid, so she kind of knows a little bit about wildlife, right? You'd think.
A little bit, yeah. What would I have to roll to get some further information?
Well, you tell me, Boudica. You're until you were 8 years old, your life spiders were worshipped and kept as pets, honored and revered.
Yeah.
You've learned, you know how to speak to spiders in some ways.
Yes.
Rudimentary. You were a high noble princess.
Yeah.
actually.
Okay, so my guess is what I would have to do is roll my intelligence, do an intelligence check to see how much I know.
Depends. Well, what's your intent? Just knowledge them and how to care for spiders, or do you want to communicate with it? For them?
I'm looking specifically to see what how much my character knows,
Sure.
so that I can study this, so that I can give Gwyden as accurate of information, because it's a spider. It deserves to be treated with a little respect.
Sure. Make an intelligence check. Oh.
There we go. Rolled a 10.
And yes, it's common for especially priestesses of Lolth to have pet spiders, of course. Some of them have numerous ones. This one was the pet of somebody at the fort. You know, it's like, yeah, here's somebody's chihuahua. You know what I mean, Heather? It's like,
Yeah, I guess so.
this is somebody's pet who had a name and they coaxed it and nurtured it and so on. Or they didn't, or they abused it, of course, as you could your pet, quote unquote. Drow could be cruel, but they do reverse spiders. So your knowledge right now is that this was somebody's pet. The fact you found it at Vondrel's quarters, it could be hers or one of her underlings. And as any pet with animal intelligence, well, I'll let you role play it now. I do need information. You had pets of your own, like there were spiders in your household, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody had a dog, right? So in in the Drow city, everybody had a pet spider.
Yeah, so judging by the fact that this is a spider the size of Gwyden's hand, I'm
Which
gonna
is small and young.
yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that it's about the size of, you know, your garden variety tarantula.
Now,
So I'm gonna,
did you see the spider yet, Boudica?
I don't think he's pulled it. Oh wait, he did pull it out. I believe.
Oh no, he didn't.
He
No,
didn't.
I set it on the ground, and I
the bag,
kind
right?
of set the bag on the ground and kind of opened the front of it out away from me because I didn't know if it would run out and jump on it. But I thought maybe we could coax it out of the bag with some food. Maybe you could give it some your dried meat or something.
Quit playing with your bag. Let's get on this.
But what if it's Vondrel's and maybe we can bargain with it later if we keep it alive? I don't know.
Yeah. Because these are intelligent creatures.
Yeah, it might be.
What I would do is, since it's in a small sack, I'm going to assume that it eats insects mainly. So I'm gonna look around, see if I can find some a mealworm or a cricket or something that's, you know, that's roaming around, and catch it to coax it out.
And everyone else watching you, Bog is baffled, but Bog is walking around trying to buff everybody's shoes and with this horribly smelly rag.
I have a plan here to deal with Bog's thievery.
Oh, yeah. Nobody else caught on. It was just Silk kind of your. Hmm.
But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick his pockets to retrieve the item that he took.
Oh, I like it.
Smart.
Watch over the 100.
Gwyden, could you make
I didn't
a?
I have 90% chance of picking pockets. Uh-oh.
He's very clever, Silk. You realize, did I misjudge him? Because he doesn't have anything on him. Like, what? And he's well, you're whatever.
Someone detect, see if detect magic on him.
On Bog, do you have that? Oh,
I don't know. I mean, could it be someone polymorphed or
oh, wow,
Something
I
like
see.
that.
Wow.
Possibility of that.
Zhang is just about exhausted to the point of passing out, but she looks over and sees that they're trying to interact with the spider, and she's got the ability to speak with animals, so she'll just roll over and start clicking her tongue like mandibles clacking, and try and ask him if he's hungry, if he'd like a snack.
Assuming the gender. That's interesting, Dean. Well played. Everyone kind of stuns back as it once again this incredible monk shows that ability. Wow, 13th level monk. Look out, everyone. And by the way, Dean, you and me are gonna have a reckoning when we get back. You're gonna have to challenge the next tier.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
I just got to look up the spell that it mimics to see what I can.
No, what I'm gonna get to is a charisma check because you suddenly you can hear everyone else kind of trying to figure out. You see, Boudica is kind of has ear forward as she realizes that this thing, but you hear the thing is panicking and kind of freaking out a bit.
Okay.
It's been in the sack for 6 hours
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's
and
higher than.
crushed and banged up, actually, despite Wyden's attempts.
That's several points above my charisma, but
Hmm.
at least I can understand them.
Yeah, you kind of can. You can tell, frankly, and again,
Oh,
it's
you're
like
lucky.
we associate it with pet dogs, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
again, and you can see the thing is just kind of freaking out. It's like a dog that you've thrown into. Anyway, it's freaking out.
You're lucky. If I rolled a 6, I was gonna step on it.
Oh yeah, okay.
My cat neutral nature. Oh, you guys, she's squishy. Let's talk more.
Go ahead though, and yeah,
I
Silk's
didn't.
like,
I didn't know.
no, yeah, okay.
But I
So
thought about it.
she's going to do her best from like several feet away, where she's because she's just can't do much else. But definitely try and get him to calm down. We'll be kinder to him now with and we have some food for him. We're looking for some crickets or a cave frog or something for him, or it. I'm not sure whether it's a female or male yet. What are
Right.
you? Ask him.
And if a couple hours go by as everyone kind of gets a moment of chuckle as you're trying to figure out what to do with this huge spider in this sack, and it's chirping away, and Boudica can kind of hear it as this dog's freaking out, and
I think the time to
And-
memorize spells.
yeah, Dean. What does everyone want to do? You have a break now. You have a 3-hour session, so you can memorize spells. You can try access your god. Do whatever you want to do right now. Talk to the spider again. Try feed it. Somebody was gonna try feed it, right? But it didn't. It freaked out. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to find like worms or a cricket or
Oh,
something to
Okay.
coax it.
Sure. Give me a tracking roll. So give me a 100-sided roll.
Just a sec, let me get back to my keyboard.
Sure.
The dog decided he needed to be let out.
Silk, what do you want to do for this? Is now basically this is what you're doing during the night or the rest session.
Yeah, I'm gonna learn
77.
these new spells
Okay.
and shuffle around some other.
So you can't take a rest or you'll be tired. right? Because you have to take a double shift to rest and learn spells. But Gwyden seems to be okay, and Mongo took a shift, so they can get some hit points back. Remember, every hour of rest, you get 1 hit point plus your Constitution bonus. Everyone, right? So you have
Right.
to do your own math. If you do double rest, you get 2 shifts, but then you can't do anything. You're
Yeah.
just sleeping.
That's what Zhang's doing. Zhang's just
Zhang,
taking
yes.
straight up out. How many hours are we resting total?
I usually do a shift 8 hours,
8.
and you can split that into 2. You can do 2 things in that 8 hours, and somebody has to take 4-hour shifts to watch, because I'm rolling random encounters. Something could happen.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be surprised.
I took a dose of just a regular healing potion dose. Yep.
So Zhang just rests after talking with the spiders. She just goes and passes out for the whole time because she is utterly exhausted.
So you get your con bonus per hour.
Yeah.
+1. So that's big. You'll get most of your hit points back, right?
3 times 8 hours, 24 on top of the 8 that I rolled for my her healing ability, and the cure light wounds that Boudica gave me. I'm sitting at 43.
So
There's 61.
just before you, Boudica,
Mm-hmm.
you were listening to this dog yep, and you found some what you think you could feed to the spider, and you spent a shift, and it took you a long time. You went down a crevasse, and down that crevasse you found some veins of beautiful crystal and copper veins, and almost you thought, yeah, it's gold. You see gold flake going through the quartz. You follow?
Mm-hmm.
And it's, for a moment you're just like awed, but then that's where you're here, and you reach down and you grab this. There we go. And it's some sort of beetle, a underdark beetle, pretty small, but the spider should really like it.
Oh yeah.
But
So
you
I'm
take
gonna,
note of this though. This vein of gold is nice. Mongo would he would just salivate here.
yeah. I may have to mention that to him. To let him check it out, because I'm sure he'll find it fascinating.
But he's down below in the main passageway on watch at the moment with him and Drederick.
So yeah, I'm gonna go over to Gwyden's pouch and bring the beetle over to the mouth of it.
Gwyden, are you sleeping right now? Snoozing kind of?
We had we had Mongo and Drederick doing first watch, and I was doing third watch. So I don't know which watch
You're kind
I'm
of
on.
snoozing, and if you want, you kind of wake up as you see Boudica kind of reach for the pouch and grab it, sort of, and kind of look at you and
Okay.
she's holding up a beetle in her hand. Boudica, what do you say?
I'm going to say my search for some food for our little friend was successful.
Excellent.
I'll try to feed him. Or
Okay.
her.
I wonder if we should let Jang do it, because Jang had the most, kind of had a connection with it, talking to it. I don't know.
She
Is it going to be mad at me because
No, Zhang frightened it.
Jang frightened it?
Yeah.
But maybe I'll have some better luck.
Okay. Yeah, well, you're going to look more like something she's more familiar with.
Exactly.
I'm going to ask. Is it a he or is it a she?
I won't know until I have a good look.
Now, also remember, Heather, you
Mhm.
know spiders like we know dog breeds.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, and again, luckily luckily the fact that I've had tarantulas off and on since I was 8 is gonna
Nice.
help. So this is just gonna make it that much easier for me to play. So yeah, I'm gonna try to coax it out and make a couple of little clicking noises. I sound as gentle
so
as I
you,
can.
you loosen the drawstrings then. You're gonna let it out.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone else kind of sleeping. You hear light snoring kind of coming from whoever. Zhang appears to be sleeping. She's kind of lotus position, but her head is low to the side, and she's so wounded and bloody. You feel sorry for her. Silk is in his books. His nose is deep in his spell books, and he's muttering and writing furiously with a scribe, and he's transferring spells and memorizing new ones, charging up.
Practicing my mantra.
Yes, and you find yourself a bit alone, if you follow, but you
Mhm.
see Bog appears to be sleeping. He's curled up like a little dog in the corner, and there's a bit of a garbling, snargling, snot bubble popping noise coming from him.
Still
But
keep
it's
my eye
quiet,
on
but-
him, especially more now.
And Silk, yes, is close.
More clever.
If you have a moment and you open the drawstring and you chitter, give me a charisma check.
Coming right up. Think I made it.
Good roll, because I was gonna -5 from that. So you got a 9, but that still makes your charisma, right?
And then some, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you see 8 eyes poke out and meet the light of the crystals, and Chitter's back. Chitter whines a bit and comes out and sees the beetle and comes out of the package without attacking you, and is there, and you see it. It's a black widow spider, and they're a special breed, quite rare. The true ones, they're actually very much controlled by the hierarchy and the aristocrats.
Mhm.
You're not allowed to have these breeds unless you're high up there. It's very young. You can see this one is probably only a few months old. It might not have developed an hourglass under its belly yet or anything. It still has discoloration. It's not black yet.
Okay,
Back.
so it's brown with the striations.
Well, you know more than me, I think. Yeah, you're right. It's immature,
Yeah.
but they're deadly. Very deadly.
yes, they are.
-4 poison saves on these ones.
Yikes.
So Silk, if it bit you,
Could be a
I still don't
valuable
like the
ally.
little blighter. He tried to bite me.
Could be a valuable ally.
so
Especially
it
Right,
Yes.
dude.
and like a little dog, it comes out sniffing and chittering with you, and you reach out, and automatically your hand goes to those spots, like on with my cats. I know where those cats like their whiskers scratched, and we'll have one more charisma check here, if you will.
Absolutely. Oh.
And
Nah.
the thing immediately scurries up your arm and nestles under your chin, and with its mandibles, its fangs retracted, like rubs its mandibles and stuff around.
Mm-hmm.
And sinks it into your jugular.
If you rolled a 20, that would have done that. I said it cleverly goes up, but in this case, you feel a bonding. That was an amazing roll.
It really was, yeah.
As this creature, it crawls into your hair and in the back of your neck, and it's like purring like a cat and nuzzling, chittering, and you're talking to it. And Bog's sleeping, as far as you know, he's out. Drederic's gone, Mongo's gone. Gwyden, you're watching this with one eye open, kind of snoozing. You've seen it. You're just watching, but it seems weird, but because you weren't sure, but you're tired. And we'll go to the next shift. And you spent that shift basically the rest of that one with Boudica with the spider kind of cooing with it and rubbing its belly.
Yep.
You don't know its name. It's like a dog, right? It can't talk to you, but it's
Well, since since we seem to have formed a bond, is there, do spiders communicate with drow telepathically or something? Because clearly they have to have some form of communication.
some, but mostly it's like dogs. But yeah, some do. You're right. But this case, no, it's more like a good German Shepherd or something.
A good case of empathy with mutual understanding. You can build it over time.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Yeah, this particular spider species is, yeah, like a pet dog. Is how I describe it.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a puppy. It's going to be eager to please once the bond is completely forged.
Oh yeah, and this spider could, its body could attain the size of a football without its legs and stuff. Like it could get pretty large. It's not bigger.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Well, you're old of one. It kind of imprinted on you, sort of.
Well,
Yeah.
being a
And it-
ranger, you
And it wraps
kinda
up that beetle with its webs. And it does a shitty job. You can see it has gaps and stuff. And there's like arms sticking out, and the beetles start wiggling and it's trying to live, and it's starting to stab it, and it's not doing a great job.
Yeah, well, it's going to have to learn, so I'm not going to interfere. She's going to have to learn on her own. And
Okay.
I'm going to say that since she's so large and you're saying that she's black and she's going to turn black and she hasn't gotten the hourglass yet, it's a female, because males tend to be much smaller as far as
Oh,
black
it's a
widows
female.
go, and
They kill the males. The drow kill the males.
Okay,
Or control them, keep them as studs.
there we go.
And you realize
Like
that
you
is,
knew.
even as an 8-year-old, remember, the spiders, the lore of the spiders, it was part of the culture and your upbringing, and these flashbacks are coming back, of course, Boudica, right?
Yeah.
But let's move away from you. That's your thing. Silk, you've been immersed in these spells and transferring spells and learning new ones, and anything new you want to bring up, or if you want to now pick your spells for the tomorrow before you take a rest, let us know, or yourself.
Yeah, I'm just adjusting all that right now.
And Scott, your guy is now resting, recuperating, and taking your shift. Next day is gonna, or quote unquote, is gonna dawn. Drederick and Mongo are soon snoring, and you're down in the passageway. I've rolled for encounters. It's quiet. Nothing happens. For the moment, Boudica and the others, you told the others about the tracks of the Canon Arcadia, of the escaped drow.
Mm-hmm.
You warned everybody, keep an eye out for her. Who knows what she's up to, but she's probably fleeing, going back to the homeland. You had no sign of her. And the next shift, everyone will wake up with whatever hit points they've gotten back and whatever spells they've decided. And Boudica, give me a wisdom check, please, as you greet what would be the dawn of the. We just had new moon. It's now going into waxing moon. Your powers are gonna. And you're still have access to all your spells and everything's okay.
Awesome.
Yep. In fact, you feel good. You feel elated. Things are fine. You don't feel, and the spider now is on your shoulder.
Mhm.
as people wake up and move around and make breakfast and brew tea. You see even of somebody, Mongo even, he wakes up and he goes, ah, fuck it. And he lights up a pipe. I'm having a bit of a pipe. We're in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Well, and I'm
He's
gonna
not wrong.
I'm gonna go over to Mongo to help cheer him up and tell him, there was a lovely vein of gold over this way.
Ooh. Right away, he's like, a vein of gold, you say, lass. Which way?
I'm gonna point in the direction. Careful, there's a bit of a drop over by where the vein is. But it is a sight to behold.
Oh. And he's already bolting on armor and stuff and getting readjusting his cod piece and reaching for his helmet, and he's heading off. He's right away. I'll be right back, then. I'm gonna go check this out if you don't mind. And everyone else waking up. And you see Mongo, he's like eager to head off. He's gonna go check out this gold vein. And anyone else want to do anything? Silk, you got a rest and recharged. Wyden, you're like come back from your guard duty. You were last, and you come back though. You're all healed up. And anything to report? You
Did I see anything pass in the night?
How far have you moved away from the down the passageways during your patrols?
I mean, I would have stayed within eyesight of the camp, so I wouldn't think more than 50
That's
yards.
very close. No, that's 20 yards.
Yeah.
If that.
I'd probably say
Right.
30 because I can see in the dark, probably far enough away that my infravision wouldn't be like I guess we don't have a fire or anything. So yeah, probably about 30 yards.
Right. All right, so give me a moment. Interesting. So Gwyden, you're patrolling around and you're moving around. You don't stay in one exact spot. And Drederick brings you some tea at the end, near what you think is the end of your shift. Hello, sir.
Thank you, my
This
good
was
man.
a strange place to be, eh? What do you make of all this?
Never
And the
thought we'd be
spider
here.
and that weird dark chick. I don't know about this.
It's going to be okay. I think that spider is going to be useful to us at some point.
That Mongo's head off down the crevasse. He's out of sight. I haven't heard from him for a little bit.
Well, maybe you and I can go check on him, but Mongo kind of he knows his way around the inside of the earth. Yes.
Indeed. You've seen that bugger move. It's strange. And Drederick is like clunking. He's in like what, scale mail or something. He's like ting tong 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 with that huge shield. And he's like, he makes a lot of noise. And you guys move that way. And I don't know, what do you want to do?
Any reason we should be worried about Mungo? I mean, did we hear anything or anything disturbing? Maybe we'll go.
Do you want to listen?
Yeah, I would think
Okay,
that'd
so
be kind of, I'd be very focused on just doing that in general, given my
hear a light tinkering
being a
noise coming
scout.
from the camp. You hear, you're close enough. You hear like some bit of laughter and talk coming from the camp, and you're a bit cringing, but you're listening. So give me a -5 intelligence check.
Okay. So 8 plus 5 is 13.
Pardon me.
That's over my intelligence, I think. I don't think I'm 13. I'm
So
11. So
you guys come back to the camp and you're like, yeah, Mongo went that way, and they shrug, and anyone else want to do anything, by the way?
Is it wake up time yet, or is it still in
Yeah,
the third watch?
Wake up time now. No,
Well, I'm
it's
gonna talk to Bog for a moment. I'm gonna kind of talk to Bog and kind of take him aside a bit and just have a little friendly chat with him. Yeah, so I just say to him, I kind of noticed that perhaps you were low on funds, so I'm gonna give you an advance, but anything you may have, acquired from us, if you gave that back, I would really appreciate it. And I'll give you this gold. I'll give you this purse with 20 platinum pieces in it.
wow. His eyes bug out of his head. And give me a charisma check on the side, because you see he's startled and.
Oh, well, I made that.
Well, if it's possible, he shows a bit of shame, but that's the most money any orc has ever seen in their life.
Yeah, like lots.
And he shrugs and to your amazement, Gwyden, your brooch is gone.
He's been pilfering our brooch.
It's so pretty. Mistresses will pay so much for it.
Not as much as I'm giving you.
Deal. And he grabs a platinum and he immediately goes down and starts buffing your shoe.
Yeah.
better be careful. He's stealing.
I tell
your
him no
shoelaces.
more taking from us. You'll get more treasure if you're, as long as
Oh,
you're
He's just
shit.
funny
he's
up
just
and up.
stealing your
Dan, I'm
shoelaces
watching
now.
you.
Now that's the second time he's done it. Now you don't have
Hey,
any shoelaces. He already
Brad, give
took
me
them
a
before.
Brad, give me a pickpockets roll. Use 90, but it's
I don't
minus
know if I
50.
trust this macro. Okay.
Nope, you don't notice anything.
So he didn't give anything back?
Yeah, he gave the Gwyden's brooch.
Okay. I thank him and then I say, yeah, don't worry, you'll get more. You'll get your share of the treasure yet as well.
Ah, yes, yeah. He nods. Thank you, master. And he starts buffing your shoe again.
Just don't take any more things from us, please. I'm watching. I'm keeping an eye on you. But not in a super threatening way.
Tell him if he does it again, we're going to feed him to the spider.
No. You got to be nice to him.
Well, and do remember, my deity is all about redemption. So I would not be okay with that. With even threatening to feed him to the spider.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's an ethics thing.
Don't worry, I'm going to be keeping an eye on him.
Note to self: when I feed Bog to the spider, don't tell Bo to do it. Note to self.
Like me when I'm going to slip a throat of
Note to
prisoners.
self.
Yeah, don't be around Shay.
See, I learned from every encounter.
All right, back to our little encampment. Everyone nods around and looks like it's been a while since you've seen Mongo.
Uh-oh.
Over
We
his
should-
back. I'm gonna grab beer. Hold on.
Yeah, for Mongo.
Anagram for Mongo.
Anybody remember that? Please.
Yeah.
Mongo like candy.
Yeah.
Mongo just pawn in Game of Life.
I just looked up the spell that the speak with animals replicates, and I get two rounds per level, so I get 22 minutes of speaking with an animal now, as long as it has an intelligence of 1. I'm going to assume these huge spiders have at least some form of tactical intelligence.
I would assume so.
Like you
She's
said, like
pretty
a
small
dog.
yet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She's pretty small yet and pretty young, so it's something we'd have to train into her.
Yeah.
Did you have a name yet?
I just put it in Messenger.
Oh, really?
Silk secretly calls it squishy. So he's trying to fight you, little bastard. He doesn't like it though.
I like it.
He didn't squish
Squishy.
it though. 'cause
Everyone
then
else,
he was
yeah.
tempted.
Silk's like, I call it squishy. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah, Mongo. Well, he found gold.
Yeah. It's about time we go retrieve him and start getting this day on the go. Time is of the essence.
And I'm actually going to move us forward. Pardon me. You guys are actually reached this spot here. You guys really pushed it. Anyway. He went that way, so it's not far. He was just went down that crevasse that was off the side. There's many in these passageways, right?
Down here, it's easy to get ambushed. We better go check on him.
Yep.
Okay, now I don't have a map quite prepared. Sort of I do, but you guys, who's going down there? I guess the party. As
Yeah,
you're going near,
those of us quick on our feet will go first, like me and Zhang and Boudica. Kind of go ahead a little bit.
okay, being cautious, I'm assuming, and moving along. Anyone who can make a hear noise roll. And these hear noises are big rolls, like they can be for information and such.
Hard to make though. Ooh, nice.
Only when you get your head tilted just the right direction without breathing.
Yeah.
So
I got
Silk,
a potion of clairaudience. That's pretty cool.
you hear a noise, Silk, and it's difficult to tell with people moving and
Oh, no,
everybody's
Zhang
kind
did.
of shuffling and armor clanging.
There is always a chance of running into other adventurers down here.
But no, what I'm getting at, Zhang, is that you have to really listen hard, and you hear this kind of scrunching noise and scraping. It reminds you of metal being bent and pounded and squished. A strange noise.
I immediately give a hand signal to everybody, quiet and forward as quick as we can.
And shuffling forward, you have to descend into the crevasse at this point. There's a ledge along the right side of it that is quite open, about 20, 30 feet wide, that narrows. And you go along that and you look.
I look up.
But it does, yeah, you're in the crevasse, you're on the one side of it, it widens out suddenly you're on a ledge. It's about 30, 40 feet wide. And out there, you see a creature. And you see the beautiful veins of crystal that are running down the wall. And in the veins of crystal, now you realize that somebody blew off as a bit of gold is like, holy cow, there's a veins of foiled gold running through the crystal that are probably a 1/4 inch thick of pure gold. There's enough gold there, baffling. If you refine that, there'd be like 1 million gold pieces.
Dwarves like drool.
But you don't see Mongo, but what you do see is a creature that appears to be sideways, standing on the wall. It's bipedal and bipodal, 3 arms, 3 legs. It's a Brad. What is it?
Cape Fisher.
No, it's a Xorn.
Oh, Xorn. Oh.
And it's munching gold. It's tearing the gold out of the wall like by handfuls, and just nom, 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 and drop it into its mouth.
We're like, well, I don't know. If we can get around it, we don't really have to necessarily fight it.
and then it has an eye on each side of its body. It's a strange creature, and it stops and pivots around, and its nostrils flare suddenly, and it's suddenly a mouth. I smell. Who speaks? None of you speak its tongue.
Zorn.
Any of you comprehend languages or understand? Cast a spell? Hint, hint.
I don't have that particular spell now. It's a good one to have though.
And
You
it
just hear saying
speaks.
some alien sounding thing.
Exactly. And it walks down the side of the crevasse and nonchalantly onto the ledge toward you.
Can I make an intelligence check to see if I can figure out like ding? It's after our metal. It eats metal.
No, it's not a rust monster.
No, but they eat metal though.
They do, but they okay, make a roll.
They just eat it directly. Oh yeah.
Good roll.
Two.
What they really like are gems. Precious stones. Gold is their like sort of yum yum yum. They can just slurp that down like butter. But ooh. And this thing turns and its nostrils, well, it doesn't have nostrils, but its mouth kind of, I show a picture of this thing, they're amazing. It's probably about 6 feet tall, this squat thing weighs immensity. Its feet kind of cramp right into the stone and crystal as it walks. But yet don't disturb it. It seems to fuse in a molecular fashion. This thing is an alien creature, and it comes walking down into the passageway, talking as it walks towards you, sniffing. And you shrug, and there's one walks out of the wall of the crevasse to your left, and the one suddenly says, "Ah, do they speak this tongue?" The one asks in Underdark.
Okay.
Zorn, you were
Okay.
supposed to stay hidden, it says. And the other one is like,
One minute.
but they have gems, many gems.
Perhaps we could share some gems with you, but we need some.
One
for
turns, it
ourselves.
speaks. The clunk, 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 clunk. And they walk on this weird tripodal gate. And you recognize the power in them. And the one was literally ripping chunks of gold out and just shoving it in its mouth and swallowing it. And, yeah, it was very odd and disconcerting. And you sense other rippling in the walls about you as well.
Well, we can bribe them.
You this is your home?
And it stops. Not home. And it comes forward. Now, does anybody have basically any gems at all or precious jewels?
Well, we have tons of them.
Yeah, and who has the most? And who has, yeah, it's sort of important.
I don't know. That would probably be me because I have that necklace. With all the
Check
stuff.
out, now's the time, check your inventory, everybody. Who's got the loot? Who's got the most precious gems? These things, this thing comes forward, clunking, clunking, and it stops and goes, oh, I smell.
I cast a haste spell on us.
Yeah. Zhang will just straight up ask him, have you seen one of the dwarves around?
Mm. And Mongo steps out from the shadows and he's kind of sheepish looking. I was hiding. Damn, these are known as the earthquakers in our world. I was trying to hide. And he shrugs, and this thing looks back. We make a deal. We become allies? Our foe. Num num num. And he slurps a bit of gold drop off his lip.
What would you require for us to be allies?
And he spins again on you. Who speaks for your strange beings?
I say I do, because I'm the one with all the jewelry. I guess.
And then he comes forward, kind of his mouth, and I should show a picture of Jorn, amazing creature. He goes, "Ah, you have much. You give 30,000 gold pieces worth of gems,
I
and
don't
we'll
have
be
that much.
friends.
I don't think I have that much.
You do, all of you. Let's see it now."
Certainly not on me.
Oh, you guys have a lot of gems, I think, but it
Yeah, we
demands.
have 48,000 in gems, but not on us. There's no way we'd be able to carry that much. I've got 3, 4. Well, I got a fair amount on me. I got 6 diamonds, 2 sapphires, 2 topaz, 2 tanzanites that are worth 500 gold pieces each. A 3,000 gold piece emerald and a 1,000 gold piece ruby. But the rest of our stuff, we don't have all our gems on us now.
Zhang has 2,000 gold pieces in gems. That's about it.
Sniffing. Are you sure? Now, when he said alliance, these things could be handy to be friends.
Well, I do have that necklace. It's worth 14,000 gold pieces.
Oh, they'd like that.
So, and we just got 6,000 gold pieces from the
Platinum.
From
Ooh, they'd like platinum.
that
So
was
how
gem.
much can you guys come up with 30,000 gold pieces in whatever? He's like,
Oh, we just killed
bring it, bring it. And he starts hopping back and forth. And you see Albert, his buddy, is hopping back and forth too. There's 2 of them so far.
well, Zhang would drop 10,000 of that in. If they like platinum as well.
Ah,
A lot of moving.
Yeah, but
Calculator.
think about being underground with something that moves through the walls. Like this guy just stepped out of the wall of the cave.
Uh-huh. Okay, well, I'll tabulate what I have.
they seem quite shrewd and like expect a haggle, but
Well, we'll see what we've got, and then we'll haggle. I'm just gonna tabulate what I've got. Well, God, that's 10,000. That's 14. Well, actually, I could probably get pretty close to that. And Jay, you said you put in how much? 10? Okay,
Yeah,
so
she'll drop 10,000 in gems and platinum.
okay, well, we do have enough, but we should haggle. Exactly. I'll be
You know
like,
what, guys?
I'll make
I
out
gotta-
like I'm calculating stuff in my head and I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, 30,000, eh? That's very steep, and not many people carry that much gems on them. Yeah, how about 15?
That's half. Oh, give me a +5 charisma check. Steep odds.
Not quite.
He gets very agitated. He goes 30. Ah, now. And he's gripping off chunks of crystal and chomping them down. Chomp, chomp, chomp.
And so I must discuss this with my
30 now. 5 seconds.
I'll just look back at these guys and arch my eyebrow. I'm like,
Shit.
shrug. I'm like, what do you think?
Drop out 25 in front of them. See if they'll take it. They're just like 25. There it is.
Okay, that sounds okay. Yeah, okay. I dropped 25. I say that's all we've got.
Oh,
You need a few perhaps to really.
they scoops it up. Ah, you have one cycle. What do you want? What do you wish? And you see another one. The other one comes forward. There's two of these Zorns, and you guys have two Zorn mercenaries for a cycle. Now you guys can, if you push it and you do full cycle pushing it, you can move probably about 6 hexes, not more. And if you want to pay these things more, and you're not sure about their loyalty, but they apparently are like, seem like they stand in there and then they go, so in the Underdark you travel.
We tell them what
We-
the city we're going to. I forget the name of it.
Sorry.
We want to get into the city, but we want to get into a way that perhaps isn't well known.
Have you guys forgotten about Leto?
Yes, he's at the. What they say he was at
Shrine of the Kautua.
Kawatoa. Do they know where the Kawatoa shrine is?
No.
Guys, I'm about to have to go.
Yeah, it's getting late, everyone. Scott, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's a 3.5 hour mark. You guys, yeah, you guys
I
handled that well.
have to chat with my wife before she falls asleep. And
Yeah,
it's
awesome,
like
Scott. Yeah, I appreciate it. Next Tuesday.
there 30 minutes ago. Okay. Yeah, so I got to run. Yeah, we'll catch you next week.
Okay.
Cheers.
Alrighty, take it easy.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was thinking, like, can he help us get to there, or would they be willing to attack something for us, or they're mercenaries, right?
They appear to be your mercenaries allies. Like, you paid them a lot of money,
Mhm.
and they're gorged. You see their stomachs are all bloated and full now. They're all just, oh, yeah, so good.
Yeah, we're lucky we even had nearly that much on us. Having that necklace on me was big.
So, yeah, erase all that stuff though. They just
I
ate it.
am.
Yep. I took the 10 grand off.
Well, we
Yeah.
still got lots of jewelry.
They're
back.
tough. You guys would have fought them. They would have said, "Ah, let's take it."
Yeah.
They're tough creatures. They're immune to so much spells. Like they're immune to lightning and fire and -3 armor class and wicked damage. Their bite, oh, powerful. And they're on your side now. Well played. Bodica, right, she had to go, right? I think maybe. I was gonna check her XP a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna be going up a level in magic user for sure.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give out some XP here. So
Yeah. I'm
well
getting
played,
close,
everybody.
Close to Darren.
Cool. So let's close up here. I think we lost Scott and Heather for the moment, but you realize Heather's got a new friend, the spider.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I'm here, so you're good.
Natalia.
Yep.
It's a maturing death queen mother black widow, a special breed known for their deadly poison. You've hired some mercenaries for a full cycle. You're not sure how that's gonna go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What the hell's a cycle?
To them, yeah.
80,
What's
I
a
guess.
cycle again? Okay. You're well on your way. You're at this hex here. It was a really fun adventure.
Yep.
For sure.
Hopefully, I
That was-
get some loyalty from Bob too.
Oh, and Bog is a slippery guy, you notice, but very charming. Brad, like he's put you at ease. You suddenly realize that you
For a
maybe
goblin, he's
misjudged him.
It probably
didn't-
feels a little more secure now that he's gotten money. Like he can retire on that.
Yeah, you're right though. No, but yeah, you did well there. He's quite loyal. That's so much money. 20 platinum. He's just like But you'll have to get some new weapons and such. And Heather, we'll have to see what you can do with that new pet.
Right?
Oh, and remember Dune's scorpion? He had that pet magical scorpion. It was black with like British racing green racing stripes down it, like down its claws and back and stuff, and it would nestle at the back of my neck. And during combat and stuff, it would come out and sting people and stuff. It was cool.
Yeah.
And then I got killed by my own man-slaying bastard sword. I still remember that moment. I tried to disarm this guy. It was my own sword too. We were escaping for this prison, and he said, "Oh, you see this guy? And he's got your sword." So I'm like, "Oh, I'll go kick his ass." So I went to disarm him, and I totally screwed up my roll. And he killed me with my own sword, and it was of slaying too. So I was like toast.
But I'll stop the recording, and again, I'll be posting stuff